Okay, Chine, we cannot hear you in case you're talking. Hi, Chine.
Hi everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you confirm you can hear me? You can see me? Hi. Good morning, good morning. I can see some lovely names already. So let's go to the chat section and tell us where you're joining in from. Let's get to meet you. Hi, Oluwatoyin. Dio, Oluwaseun, it's nice to have you. We would love to see everyone if possible. So kindly turn on your videos from wherever you're joining in from. Good morning. Yes, Oluwatoyin is joining in from Lagos. So where are you tuning in from? Let's know. Come on the chat, guys. Let's come on the chat. Who is ready? I trust you all are ready. ready to learn, to relearn, and also learn. Morning, good morning. I can see Dara. Hi, Dara. Welcome, welcome. Taiwo is tuning in from Abuja. How is Abuja this morning? So if you are ready, kindly go to the chat box. Let's have where you're tuning in from, and also drop in your favorite emoji. I want to see the fire emoji. Let's get to check the energy level in the room this morning. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Oluwaseun is joining in from Lagos. Let's get more persons coming in. Yes, I can see some amazing names here. Dio, we need to know where you're tuning in from. Emmanuel Prince, where are you joining in from? It's so good to have everyone on this call. Yes, Emmanuel is joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. How is Lagos, Nigeria? Ngozi is joining in from Lagos. Awesome. I love the red lipstick. I love the red lipstick. Okay. Yes, so you're all welcome um to today's conference, the Grow Circle Conference 2024. Wow. So please go to the chat box. Let's have the drum emojis, the drum emojis. Today is going to be a blast for us. Welcome, 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 welcome. Is joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, Oluwatoyin. I think Oluwatoyin is just the only person who is ready for today's conference. So if you know you're popped up, you're ready. We have our guest speaker already on this call. So please, guys, let's get the chat bubbling. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we've got less than 1 minute and we would call upon TA, the amazing coach TA, who would be championing, who would lead us first up on an opening remark. Hi, TA.
Hi,
wouldn't.
Chineye. I can
Okay,
hear you.
she's here. Okay. All right. So TA, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Chineye. Please allow me to something. Okay. Can you all see me?
Not yet.
Okay, great. How about now? Can you see me?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay. Whoa. Today is the D-Day, right? I'm so super excited to be with you today. Thank you so much, Chineye, for that wonderful welcome, and welcome everyone to the Growth Circle Conference 2024. Please go ahead and give yourself a round of applause for being part of this conference today, because today you are going to learn, you're going to learn, you're going to relearn. Today you are going to receive valuable insights that would propel you from where you are to where you desire to be. Today you are going to learn new things that would support your growth journey. And it is my utmost pleasure to have you on this call with us today. Good morning, everyone. Do I have my Tanzanian colleagues here today, my Tanzanian clients? I'm not sure they are here, but hopefully they will join us as this call proceeds. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tosi Akisulere. I told Chineye not to bother with my bio. I'll just go ahead and talk about myself before I do a bit of opening, and then I yield the floor for our delectable speaker. Okay, so my name is Tosi Akisore, like I said, and I would like to introduce myself in 3 ways. Number one, I am an equiper and also an advocate, right? So both of them, yeah, are joined together, right? I am an equiper. I coach people, individuals, and businesses to become the better version of themselves. And I like to see myself as someone who enables businesses and career professionals grow. That is, they move from where they are to where they desire to be so they can live free and maximize their full potential. I'm also a growth strategist with a global biotechnology pharma company. I was trained as a pharmacist from the first and best university in Nigeria. I know many of you will argue with that, right? Right, from University of Ibadan. So I currently lead the strategy and brand management for a medical diagnostic brand and product marketing for its diabetes hub within the West African region. I also teach, teenagers and youths in church. And finally, the third pillar is that I am a loving wife. A loving wife, I suppose, right? My husband would tell whether I'm loving or not. However, I'm also a mother of two lovely kids, right? And today is a very special day because this is a dream come true. This is a manifestation of a vision that has been on my heart for so long. And I'm so grateful to have you on the call here today. I'm also privileged to have authored a book called Beyond Boundaries, a practical guide for personal and professional growth. And I think you should get one, right? Because it will help you to uncover limiting mindsets. And it's available at Rubin's Heights, or you could also reach out to the team for that. In a nutshell, I am an equiper, I'm a business leader, a youth minister, author, mom, and wife. It feels like I'm writing my Instagram bio, but really, I just wanted you to get to know who I am so that we can take our relationship further from here. Okay, so let me share a backstory to the origin of the conference. The journey started in 2020 during the pandemic when the world was at a standstill, and I started exploring the idea of inspiring change and unleashing human potential through knowledge sharing. This had been doing on my Instagram page, right, way back. And then, I mean, it just became something that was topmost on as a priority for me that year. And as God would have it, I had 4 people reach out to me for mentoring. One of them was an undergraduate, and 3 of them were entry-level professionals. And they approached me to mentor them, right? And to cut the story short, through that mentorship program, I was able to develop frameworks, right, that helped them to achieve successes in the areas they wanted me to mentor them on. And that is what has morphed into this learning hub that is the Growth Circle Academy. I like to liken growth to a plant. And I'm sure we're familiar with the process the plant goes through from being a seed, right, to becoming a plant eventually. Okay, so and it's really another version of the plant you see when it becomes, a tree, or the bigger form from its seed form, right? So a maize seed, for instance, will morph into a maize plant, not a palm tree, not a palm tree. So the seed is like the atom. That's the minutest form of life that plant can grow into. And this is related, we can relate this to ourselves, to human beings as well. The way God created us, He created us in seed form, and in us, He has put potential to do great things in life and to carry out assignments at different phases, of our lives. And the moment you begin to live intentionally is a time you begin to live out your authentic self, right? And this requires the right environment. And this applies also to those of us that are business owners. So I came across the statistics in 2019 that actually, awakened me to live authentically. And the statistics says that most people do not begin to live authentically or intentionally until they are age 40. That statistics, got to me because I knew then that there is a gap. If you have lived 40 years of your life and you have not started to showcase your true self, then it then means that there is a gap. There is need for us to be intentional. There is need for us to pursue growth, right, intentionally. I can also liken the process of authentic or intentional living to that of a cooking process, right? You know very well what it takes to make a good pepper sauce, for instance. You need certain ingredients. You need your pepper, you need your tomatoes, you need your oil, you need your salt, your Maggi and the likes in the right quantities. I hope you're already salivating as I'm painting this picture. Okay, so if one ingredient is more than it should be, then the sauce does not turn out well. So as a person, becoming a better version of yourself also requires that you are aware of the ingredients that is needed to make a good success or a good person out of your life, right? Knowledge is not enough, like I always say. You need systems. You need the right mindset for you to attain your personal, business, or professional vision. So our mission in Growth Circle Academy is really to equip individuals and organizations to succeed so that they can unleash their full leadership potential. We do this through the transformative power of accountability coaching, of training, and consulting. So we are here at this conference today to learn and be inspired and challenged to go far. This event is designed to push your limits and to help you to achieve your highest potential, both professionally and personally. After the speeches, you have access to a community that will support you with practical tools and guidance tailored for personal, professional, and business growth. Have access to needed resources that will help you to thrive in your various endeavors. Our speakers are top-notch professionals, highly sought after for their expertise. So please seize this opportunity today to gain valuable insights, okay, that will propel you into the next version of yourself. Just before I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker, I would like to share one of my life's philosophies with you, which has helped me to remain focused on process rather than results. And it has helped me to pay attention to the growth journey and celebrate milestones, but more importantly, who I am becoming. This philosophy is this, and if you're a goal smasher here, you're part of the 90-day accountability program, you would have heard me say this over and over again. And this says, this philosophy is that the goal you have set is not the real goal. That's not the goal. I say it every time. That's not the real goal. And that's not the goal you should focus on. Who you become is the real goal. Please put that down and reminisce on it. Focus on the process of your becoming. And this conference today is to equip you in your journey of becoming. Ask yourself every time, who am I becoming? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here once again. Thank you for listening. And please don't go anywhere. Stay throughout. It's just a 3-hour conference, but you will gain a lot just by being part of this conference. Thank you very much. Please go ahead and share the link, the YouTube link, the Zoom link. Share it with those in your circle. I like to say that friends that grow together, go together. If your friends are not growing with you, it's just a matter of time you will drift apart. So please go ahead and preach the gospel of Growth Circle Conference to someone in your community today. Thank you for being here. Okay, Chine, please, can you project our guest speaker's bio? Just before I read our guest speaker's bio, I would like to just share a backstory to how I met her. And it was one of my intentionality, let me put it that way, that led to this great relationship, right? It was last year during the WIMBIZ conference, and I just had that lead-in. For me, when I talk about growth principles, the dare part of the principle is one principle that I try to always practice. I dare to do things that I'm afraid of. And really, this is someone that I've admired so much from afar. I'm sure everybody in the technology space would have heard of Folusho Gbadamosi. I was like, who is this, young, pretty looking woman of God, And I mean, I've just followed her on Instagram. I've always, just followed her and all of that. And then I saw her, she moderated a panel during WIMBIZ, and afterwards, hey, I walked up to her, introduced myself, and that was how the relationship started. And that's the relationship that has morphed into this, having her as a keynote speaker here today. Okay, so I'll just go ahead. And so I said that story to tell you that I am living what I preach. I am not just telling you to be intentional without taking actions or steps towards it. So our speaker, Folusho Gbadamosi, is a technology expert. Thank you. Yeah, a business and technology professional with a proven track record in leveraging digital technology to foster organization transformation and sustainability across diverse industries, including telecommunications, fast-moving consumer goods, financial services, fintech, development, oil and gas sector. Folusho is dedicated to driving impactful change at the intersection of technology and sustainability, passionate about improving societal welfare and empowering individuals to fulfill their potential. Folusho is a co-founder and trustee of Serving with Law Foundation. She is dedicated to helping individuals discover and maximize their potential, which has led her to become a Gallup certified strength coach, an author, and a facilitator. Currently serving on the board of directors of Swift Networks, Cousin Technologies, Intense Digital, and advisory board of Africa Agility. Folusha brings a wealth of experience in guiding organizations towards sustainable growth and innovation. She holds a bachelor's degree in computer science from the University of Pittsburgh and a master's degree in management information systems from George Washington University. Additionally, she is a member of the International Coaching Federation, the member of the Forbes Coaches Council, and a John Maxwell certified team member, and has received certifications from prestigious universities, including the Yale CEO College, IA Business School, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Recognized for exemplary contributions. In fact, recently she got an award for a young trailblazer in Nigeria. So, I mean, we are so honored to have Folusha Gbadamosi with us here today. She's a sought-after speaker, a thought leader, wisdom personified. And I want you to join me today in welcoming the delectable, the fashionable, beautiful, impeccable, inspirational. If you don't put the emojis, I'm not going to stop. Inspirational, great, awesome, fantastic, beautiful Folusha Gbadamosi to give us today our keynote speech. Thank you so much, Folusha. Chinenye, you can stop sharing. Thank you so much,
Thank
Folusha,
you
for
so
honoring our
much.
invite.
Thank you so much, Tosi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, wonderful
Morning.
ladies and gentlemen. It's a real pleasure to be here this morning. Very grateful to Tosi for the invite and also for this very amazing platform that you have created. Well done. And I love the fact that she shared the story about how we met. Indeed, it was very intentional on her part. And it's one of the lessons that we all need to learn as we grow. I know this is the Growth Circle Academy. Is just being intentional about, building our networks, connecting with people, and taking life seriously and grabbing it by the horns. All right. Can you please let me share my screen? I see here that it says host disabled participant screen sharing. If you just let me share it. If not, if you could share my slides. All right. So I'm glad that you have all been part of the Growth Circle Academy. So you've been doing some amazing things for the past few weeks with Coach Tosi. And I know that you're all going to do even more amazing after this. This is really about you now going into the world and manifesting all those amazing things that you have learned. All right, I will share my screen once I can. I can now, great. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing today with you about unleashing the leader within you. And many of the things I would say are things that you would have already heard as you have been participating within the Growth Circle Academy. But it's very important that, that we just keep learning, right? So there's never too much knowledge. And for those of you that like knowledge in the house, I'm sure that you can resonate with that because some people love to learn. And for those that maybe don't really love to learn that much, it's okay because you know that there will be no growth without learning, right? So whether you love it or not, you absolutely must. All right, so I've already been introduced, so I'm not going to say much more about myself. I'm just going to jump into my slides, and there will be time for Q&A after I'm done speaking. So please, if you have any questions, you can pop them in the chat box or you can note them so that when it's time for Q&A, we can go through them. All right, so one thing that wasn't mentioned, which is also very important, is I'm actually a Gallup certified strengths coach. And so what that means is I am very intentional about helping people unlock their full potential using their natural talents, which you can then develop into strengths, right? And so I'm going to be speaking to you today from that perspective. All of you know already, because you've been here for a while, that you have potential within you. And Coach Tosin spoke at the beginning, and she was very clear about that seed that each and every single one of us has. So it's really up to you to unlock it. And that's why I love this quote so much. And it's a quote by Gallup that says, the key to success is to fully understand how to apply your greatest talents and strengths in your everyday life. All right, that is the key to success. So let's do a very, very quick icebreaker. And I'm just going to ask you a few questions for fun. I want you to either say yes or no in the chat box or use the raise hand button on Zoom if you can. This question is this: raise your hand if you almost always talk to people in elevators, airplanes, grocery stores, or wherever you go. Are you one of those people that you are just always talking to people, strangers or friends or once you see a human being, you just have to have a connection. You have to have a conversation, even if it's just saying hello, how are you doing today? Yeah, okay. I see some of my kindred in the house. I'm like that as well. Okay, next question is raise your hand if you almost always have a color-coded or otherwise organized closet. Where are those people in the house who are super, super organized? Aha, I can see you guys. All right, great. Raise your hand if you almost always write down a list of things to do and stick to it even on the weekend. One of those people that no matter when it is, aha, I can see your hands going up. You always stick to your to-do list. Wonderful. Raise your hand if you almost always need to pick someone to race while driving. Lewis Hamilton's in the house. Let's see you. It doesn't matter where you are. Once you are driving and you see somebody, you must race them. If you are not driving, in your mind, you are racing them. Let's see you guys. All right, great. Raise your hand if you almost always tend to ask too many questions. Where are my people in the house that are questionnaires? Always asking questions. Okay, I see your hands going up. Lovely. Raise your hand if you almost always push the elevator button to remind the elevator that you are there. Because when you pushed it the first time, surely it did not hear you. That's why it has this that you did today. I love it, right? Once the elevator did not come, so you have to remind you you were there, right? Okay. Raise your hand if you almost always go directly to a familiar face when you get to a social gathering. Where are those guys in the house? Familiar face when you get to, okay, I can see, oh, wow, many people. Wow. Okay, interesting. Raise your hand if you almost always discover the plot of the film before others. Those people that when you go to the movies with them, in fact, you're just like, really? You're going to tell me exactly what happened? Let's see you. Okay, I can see you guys. Fantastic. Lovely, lovely. I can see your hands going up. Wow, wow, there's many of you that discovered the plot of the film before others. Very, very interesting. And it's interesting because those questions that we just went through are actually pointers to how we're naturally wired. Interestingly enough, some of you are more inclined to go to more familiar faces in the room. Some of you chat with strangers with ease. Some of you, love to follow your to-do list. Some of you love to organize by color. All of these things are actually pointers to how we are naturally wired. And so I want us to start with talking about who you are. And all of us are made up of different things that make us who we are. But these are some of the things that I have highlighted. The first thing is, what are your gifts and talents, right? So what are those natural God-given abilities that you have? Next thing, are you an introvert or are you an extrovert or are you an ambivert? Are you a mix of both? What energizes you and what drains you? And this is different for everybody, right? So this is not a copy and paste kind of a situation. What do you love and what do you hate? And last but not least, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, right? Those are some of the things that we'll be looking into. Now, before you can effectively lead others, you must first understand and lead yourself. And leadership cannot be accomplished if you don't have self-awareness and ultimate self-mastery. And that's you understanding yourself and also mastering yourself and knowing how to manage yourself. These are extremely, extremely important for you to be a leader. And so you have to be very intentional with that. These are two of some of my favorite quotes that I wanted to share. Socrates says, to know thyself, pardon me, is the beginning of wisdom. To know thyself is the beginning of wisdom. I love that quote so much. That one, and to thine own self be true. To thyself be true. I love these two quotes because they really are speaking about the reality of how we must all live to be successful. Coach Tosin said something at the beginning. She said that she had done some research and discovered that most people did not start living intentionally until they were about 40. That doesn't have to be the case for everybody. If we are true to ourselves and if we are intentional in discovering ourselves and managing ourselves to the point that we maximize all that we are, right? Okay, so I have asked for an assessment to be sent to all of you, and I hope that you've got a chance to do the assessment. I'm not going to spend too much time here because I'm assuming that you've already done the assessment. But the purpose of the Myers-Briggs Temperament Indicator Assessment, which is the one that you did, 16personalities.com, is really to just give you an idea of your personality type, which is one of the most important things that everybody must know. There's no copy in personality types. Who you are is who you are. How you're wired is how you're wired. How God made you is how God made you. It doesn't mean that you can use it as an excuse, but it does mean that you have to understand yourself so that you can manage yourself in order to maximize who you have been created to be. All right? Not everybody is the same. So let's start with the very first part of it, which is, are you outwardly or inwardly focused? So are you more extroverted? Are you more introverted? So are you somebody that's more talkative and outgoing? Are you more private and reserved? Do you tend to work through your ideas lively, or do you just kind of work through it in your head and all of that? That is introversion versus extroversion. And you will see it in the very first letter of the assessment when you took it. The next one is, how do you prefer to take information? Are you more sensing or are you more intuitive? So are you the kind of person that you focus on the reality of how things are, you need facts and details, you just want to know this is what it is? Or are you able to imagine the possibilities, see the big picture and connect things? Are you an ideas and concept kind of a person? The third one is, are you more of a thinking or a feeling person, right? So do you make decisions using logic? Are you very logical in how you reason? You need facts. And you can find flaws in arguments and things like that. People call you a lawyer maybe every now and then. Or are you somebody who is more of a feeling person? You value harmony. You are described as being very empathetic. You can pick up on people's feelings and all of that. Or last but not the least, how do you prefer to live your outer life? Are you more judging or perceiving? So are you somebody that you like step-by-step instructions? You like the details to be clear? Or do you like to leave your options open? Are you more flexible than the other type of person? And these are some of the important things that you need to know about yourself in order to really begin to maximize who you are. Now, in addition to the Myers-Briggs temperament indicator, there's also another assessment that I love. It's called the Gallup-Clifton Strengths Assessment, and that says that you lead in one of four ways. You either lead by executing, by influencing, by relationship building, or by strategic thinking. Now, these things are important because when you understand who you are and you own who you are, like I said earlier, it's easier for you to really maximize who you are to live a more successful life. So let's talk about what a talent is very quickly, because there are some misconceptions about the definition of a talent, and all of us have different varieties of talents, right? A talent is not just knowing how to sing, dance, act, and all those things that we see with our eyes. There are many talents that are innate. Sorry, not innate. There are many talents that are not seen with the natural eye. It's not being able to perform necessarily. And a talent, according to Gallup, is a naturally recurring pattern of thoughts, feeling, or behavior that can be productively applied. And some of those examples include things like what we did during the icebreaker, right? People that can effortlessly and instinctively start conversations. You're the kind of person that you just do it effortlessly. There's no trying on your part. And not everybody can do this. I've met many people who can and many people who cannot, right? Another one is thinking in an orderly or timely manner. Your brain automatically thinks in a very orderly and timely manner. Another one is people who can easily and naturally influence others. And we see this almost on the day-to-day. People can actually influence people negatively, right? They might have this talent as well. It's just that they're not using it in a positive way. But being able to influence people to do things naturally, that's also a talent. Seeing patterns in data, right? So you just look at data and you can just see patterns. That's a talent. Consistently having a positive outlook on life. You're one of those people who, it doesn't matter what's going on, you will always find a way to view it positively, naturally. Your natural instinct does that. Your brain is wired that way. People that thrive under pressure, it seems like the more pressure, the better they do. Inside the pressure cooker, they are just thriving. Because some people are really struggling, but these people naturally, effortlessly thrive under pressure. And another one is making people laugh. You just always seem to know what to say, how to say it, and make people laugh. And these are just some examples. It's not a complete list. Now, when you begin to take that, your natural talents, right, which we have defined, your natural way of thinking, feeling, behaving, and you become intentional in investing in it, right? So you spend time doing it on a daily basis. You know what it is, so you can develop skills around it, because there's a difference between talents and skills. Talents are innate, you can't learn them, but skills you can actually learn, right? And so if you're intentional about developing your talents by doing different things like training, using it, and so much more, and also building your knowledge base, it then becomes a strength. It doesn't happen naturally. So our talents in their raw form are not strengths. In their raw form, they are talents. It's when we become intentional about it that they can now become strengths. And that's why you will see people who you have actually seen evolve over the years. They might be famous people or people that you know within your circle, where you see somebody who, yeah, they were good at something, but you notice that over the years, that person has gotten really, really good at this thing. And whenever you think of that thing, that person's name comes to mind. That is how you get intentional about developing yourself. You don't just live life anyhow or live life without thought or intention. You have to discover who you are and then get very intentional about developing yourself. Okay, so let's talk about the journey to your leadership, the journey to you unlocking your full potential. And there's really 4 major steps that I have kind of defined. The first one, which we'll be talking about, is discovery stage, right? So you have to discover who you are. The second one is deploy, and that's use. So you intentionally begin to use those things that you have discovered about yourself, your talents, right, in different ways, whether it's at your 9 to 5 or if you own a business, whether it's, through volunteer work, whether it's through starting organizations like Tosin has, like the Grow Circle. You're just deploying your talents, like using them in different ways, right? That actually helps you develop it into a strength, because intentional use gets to the point where it now develops even better. The third one is develop, right? Sorry, I mixed develop. I put some develop into deploy. Developing is then you training, right? So you are intentionally training. The reason I said I put some of develop into deploy is because there's a way that when you're using your talents, you're actually developing it, right? So you don't necessarily have to say, oh, I did 10 trainings. Intentional usage sometimes actually counts as development, because the more you use it, the more you refine it and the better it gets. Development is what we had said previously about you now getting trainings, getting classes, doing things, reading books, expanding your knowledge base about your talents in order to develop it to be better. And even being in a class like this, right, as an example, is development, because you are part of the growth circle because you want to develop yourself to be a better person. That is also counted as develop. And last but not the least, when you have now gotten to the ultimate, you now begin to dominate and you are in the place of strength. And that's what I like to call your superpowers, right? It's now obvious that, oh my goodness, this is what this person is surely good at. In fact, when you get your talents to a place of strength and you're on this journey, people even begin to notice your shortcomings less, because it's so obvious what you're amazing at, that it gives so much value that nobody is fixated on the things that you're not good at, because what you're good at is so clearly obvious, and that's why it's a journey, because it doesn't happen overnight. Okay, so ask you some questions. I'm going to try to be quick as I go through the questions. The questions are very, very important as you're on this journey. And the very first question on this your journey of discovery, and I'd like you to make notes if you can, or you can take a picture of my screen, is what burdens you. First question is what burdens you? What burdens you as a person? Think about it. What are those things that don't seem to burden anybody else, but it is burdensome for you? You are just, worried about it, concerned about it, you want to do something about it. You might not even know what to do, but you are. And Coach Tosin had mentioned at the beginning that during COVID is when she started this, and it came from a burden, right? So our burdens are actually important and they are value. There's a lot of things that we're expected to do with our burdens. The things that burden you are pointers to your talents and pointers to what you should be doing in life. What are you passionate about? What are those things that when you start talking about it, you cannot stop? They are just your passion. Nobody else needs to understand, but you're passionate about it. What energizes you and what drains you? And for this one, I want to give you a simple exercise to do at the end of every day for the next week. Every day, maybe at about 9 p.m. or so, make a list of all the things that you did that day. Create a table, one column E, one column D, and begin to note all things that gave you energy under E and all the things that drained you under D. If the things that drained you are more than the things that energized you, then you have an issue. Because ideally, you should not be living a life where you are doing more things that drain you than energize you. Life is not perfect. You can't always do things that energize you, but you do have to know how to manage yourself. Remember, we spoke about self-management and self-awareness and self-mastery earlier. You have to know how to manage yourself so that you're able to manage your schedule, that you're not always doing things that drain you. Many people get sick, whether physically or even mentally, because sometimes their lives are built in such a way that they do so many things that drains them and very little things that actually gives them natural energy. And you have to understand that we're all wired in different ways. So you can't say, oh, but that person did this and it gave them energy. Why didn't they give me energy? You're not the same person as them. Your talents are different. Your personality is different and so much more. So please do that exercise. And when you do it, if you find that there's more things that drain you, then you have to start thinking about how you're going to make a bit of a shift with your day to organize it more into a way that things that energize you are also part of your day. All right. Another thing that you can do is the days that you are just happy, like the end of the day, you're just happy. You feel like you're filled with energy. Think about all the things that you did that day. Those things are definitely things that naturally energized you, and you should find a way to incorporate them into your day. Okay, next question. Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? And if you have done the Myers-Briggs assessment, it will definitely show you that. And we also have ambiverts. So ambiverts are people that are not full introverts or full extroverts. They're kind of in between. And a lot of people are actually ambiverts, right? But there's also for most people, there's a dominant side, right? So nobody is 100% of anything, right? It's all on a spectrum, but there's a dominant side, even though some people are nicely in between. But you need to know which one you are, because if you are an extrovert, you get energy from people, you get energy from external interactions and all of that. But if you're an introvert, you don't. And so if you find yourself constantly doing things that are with large crowds or speaking to people or interacting with the outside world, it will drain and stress you beyond belief. And you have to know how to manage that, and you have to be true to that. Okay. I know people who, the way that they manage their introversion and extroversion is so beautiful to me. You just hear somebody say, I cannot go out this weekend because this whole entire week I spent it, just out talking to people, doing this, and I feel so drained. I need to recoup. I need to get my energy back. That is really self-awareness, excellent self-awareness. Meanwhile, some people like me who are full-fledged extroverts are like, I need to talk to people. I need human beings, right? Okay, maybe I was working from home this week and I didn't interact much with people. I need to spend some more time interacting with people to get my energy up. All right, that's how you need to figure out who you are. Now, what do you absolutely love and what do you absolutely hate? There are certain things that when they talk about it, you hate it. Listen, this is not a right or wrong answer. It is who you are. What do you love and what do you hate? All right. And what would you like to be changed in your community, in the nation, and in the world? And that's once again personal to you. Write all these things down. Now, let me quickly go back to our good friend, the Myers-Briggs temperament breakdown. So there are different types of personalities, obviously. There's 16 according to the Myers-Briggs. And I want to talk about the most common four very, very, very quickly. I'm just going to touch on it and then we're going to continue. And the reason I want to touch on it is because I want you all to feel seen. And I want you to know that there's no right or wrong personality, right? So don't ever get into the place where you think, oh, there's something wrong with me because I'm wired this way. How you're wired is how you're wired. God wired you that way for a reason. You need to discover why you're wired that way and maximize your potential that way, okay? You cannot maximize the potential of somebody else. So, for instance, let's look at the very first, most common type, right, which is introverted, sensing, thinking, judging, ISTJs. They are very practical, they are very reliable, they have a strong work ethic, they value traditional and order and all of that. They really pay attention to detail. Now, somebody who is an ESFJ, which is the fourth one, extroverted, sensing, feeling, judging, is somebody who is sociable, empathetic, and nurturing. They love to build communities, interpersonal relationships, and they create a supportive environment for people around them. People are probably a bit more flexible than the ISTJ, right? So where the ISTJ can say, listen, these are the rules, this is what we have to follow, this is the order here, very process-oriented. The ESFJ is less process-oriented. Imagine if those two people work together and don't understand each other, or imagine if they are married, and they don't understand each other. Or imagine, if they have to do something together, even outside of work or relationships, and they don't understand that, okay, we're all different and there's nothing bad. It will cause a lot of clash. That ESFJ person can help you build a fantastic community, while the ISTJ person can then create all the processes and, procedures that need to make the community be in order, right? So for instance, I'm sure even in the growth circle, because I know that Tosin has a team, they have different personalities and everybody's personality is bringing something to the table. We all can't be ISTJs, we all can't be ESFJs. We need everybody. You need the people that can bring people together. You need the people that can create the structure, but we can't all be people that just all want to do is just bring people together and be empathetic without any structure. And we also can't be people that all we want is structure and tradition without being empathetic towards people, right? We need to make sure that we are that we have balanced, teams of people. You also can be who you are not, in the sense that you can change. So for instance, I'm sure an ISTJ person, can make the effort, to maybe be a little bit more empathetic in how they deal with people, but it's not their strength, right? They will find that if that's all they're doing, they'll be super drained because they like structure, right? They like order. They like putting things into established procedures, and all of that. And the same goes for the ESFJ. If they had to work in a role where all they had to do was put in procedures and, processes and all of that, and, focus on tradition over people, they would be stressed out, okay? So this is really just for us to understand that we are all different and there's no right or wrong personality. The world is a beautiful place because we all bring our strength. We all bring our strengths to the table. The world will be a beautiful place when we all bring it, because we're all not bringing it, but when we do, then it becomes that. Okay, and so these are just some more about those, but I'm just going to skip them for now. Great. So let's talk about what your strengths are not, because I've also seen there are so many people who, think that they can change their weaknesses into strengths. There is no way let me say it again, there's no way to turn your weakness into a strength. Your weakness is not a bad thing. Everybody has weaknesses. It's just not who you are. Your weakness is not who you are. It's your area of lesser talent. It's not who you are. It's not how you've been wired. And so if you want to discover what some of these things might be, things that are not your strengths, ask yourself what you dread doing. What are those things that you just, when you want to do them, you have dread feels you like, you can't do this thing, or you are dreading it. Things that you put off, you constantly put them off. It's on your to-do list every week and it never gets done. What tasks really get easier for you? They just don't get easier, no matter how hard you try. What tasks provoke anxiety in you? Real anxiety makes you super anxious. And what tasks make you feel inadequate? You are doing these tasks, and no matter how many times you have done them, you just never feel adequate enough to get it done. Those are things that are not your area of strength. And there are things that if you need to do them, then you need to manage yourself as you're doing them. Okay, let's talk more about your weaknesses, because everybody always asks, right? Now, remember, when thinking about weaknesses, that first and foremost, everybody has strengths and weaknesses, right? So you are not unique in that sense. We all have them. They're just different. You are unique. You have untapped potential, a deep reservoir. There's so much untapped potential within you. So much. Now, when you have so much untapped potential within you, that talent, which is waiting to be discovered and put to use in your life, then why would you focus on the things that are not your potential? Think about that. You have so much untapped potential. It's like having this, just imagine like a very deep well of untapped potential, but then you are focusing on everything else that is not your potential, on the complete opposite of that. So you need to learn how to focus on where you can win and learn how to manage your weaknesses. This is not a fairy tale. We're not living in la la land. So we do have weaknesses that we have to, learn how to deal with. But the point is that you have to learn how to manage your weaknesses. And that's how you, get to that point of self-mastery, is how to focus on discovering your talents, developing them into strengths, your potential, maximizing them, but you also learn how to manage your weaknesses. So you know that there are certain things that are not you, and you either know how to manage them by finding a way to do them, or you find people who can do them within your community, whether it's at work, whether it's in your family, that, this is my cousin, they're excellent at this is my sister, great at this is my spouse, wonderful at this, even with your children. For those of you that might have families and have children here, it's also about you being able to understand your children's weaknesses and their strengths and helping them learn from a young age how to maximize. Now, let me give you a quick trick about how to manage your day around your weaknesses, right? Sorry, around your strengths, but managing your weaknesses during the day. Whenever I have things to do that require things that I'm not naturally good at, I'll tell you how I manage my day. Let's say I have a 4-hour block as an example. I will spend 2 hours doing that thing that I love to do. Naturally gives me energy, because our talents actually give us energy. So when you're doing those things, it gives you energy. And then I can spend maybe like the next hour or even 30 minutes doing the thing I know drains me, depending on how much it drains me. And then I can spend maybe another hour or 30 minutes doing the thing that gives me energy. And then I'll go back to the thing that drains me, doing it in such a way that you are able to manage your day. So for you that like to organize your closet, I'm not like you. I don't like to do it. I hate it, actually. And obviously I have to organize my closet myself, because hello, they're my clothes. And I'm not just on the level where I can say, hey, let me pay you to come and help me organize my closet every day, which actually doesn't really make any sense, because even if somebody's helping you organize it, they can't do it every day. You have to do it yourself at some point, right? Anyway, yesterday I figured out something that worked like magic. I did a whole bunch of things that gave me energy for like 2-3 hours, and I was energetic. And then I attacked my closet with all of my energy, all right? Because I already had the energy from what I love to do and what comes naturally to me. Because I'm not naturally somebody that would look into my closet and say blue here, white here, for what? You know what I do? Let's just arrange them. I can arrange things by style, maybe dresses, blouse, skirts, but all that one of color and all of that, that's not me. You know what I mean? And so I was able to manage my energy by doing that. And so I didn't get too drained and frustrated by having to sit around and organize. I was able to do it because I was able to get energy from the things that come naturally to me. Okay. So that's how we need to do it. And you can do the same as work as well, with some of the things that you do at work. All right. So I'm going to share some keys as I begin to round up. you have your questions ready. The first key is, listen, in order for you to really maximize your potential, unleash the leader within you, you really have to be intentional in discovering yourself. Discover you, not anybody else. And how do you do that? You strengthen your strengths, right? So we talked about your talents and being intentional about developing your talent, strengths, and just constantly being on that journey, because remember that it's a journey. The second key is ownership. Your vision. Listen, nobody's going to own your life or your vision for you. You have to own it for yourself. Being in this class this morning is you owning your vision and your life, because it's a Saturday morning. You could be doing so many other things, but you're here. And so you can't expect that anybody's going to do it for you. And owning it gives you a whole lot of different things that you can then do to achieve that vision. Like, for instance, joining Growth Circle and so many other things that you can do around. But it really starts with you owning it. The next thing that you're going to need is people. Listen, you cannot achieve much without people, right? So people, friends that are your cheerleaders, friends that you can share your goals with, your vision with, who inspire you, who you can be accountable to, mentors, so important, support systems. You cannot achieve your full leadership potential without these three things. Last but not the least is personal development. So what do you need to do to get to that destination, right? Investing in yourself. An example will be being here. By being here, even if you are not spending money by being here right now, you're investing in yourself, because you have spent the time. Time can actually be equated to money, because time is not free. Even though we think that it is free, but it's not, because there are so many things that you can do with your time. And so you being here is you actually investing your time in something good. How do you get to that destination? How? You have all these plans in your head. You know who you are. You have a vision. You get there. That's why you're here. You need to be intentional about discovering how you then get to that destination. And these are some of the 4 keys I have that will help you unleash the leader within you. And that will be the end of my sentence. So over to you if you have any questions. Are we still there?
Yes, ma'am, we are here. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
It was an amazing session. Okay, we have a hand. Juliana, can you unmute
Go
your
ahead,
mic and speak to us?
Juliana.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think that's okay. Good morning, everyone. I don't know if anybody can hear me.
We can.
We can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you very much for this section. Like my notes is very full. I wrote a lot of things down. So I have 2 questions. So one of them is that, please, can you touch more on, you gave us 4 keys. I understand the one you talked about, discover you, and I understand the one you talked about, support system. I understand the one you talked about, personal development, but I don't understand the one you talked about, ownership and vision. Then my second question is, you said we should focus more on what we like. Okay, looking at the tag, you said we should create a worksheet. Column 1 should be what energizes us and what drains us. And I don't really know how to bring out my strengths. Like, I know what I like, I know what I love, I know what I like doing, but I don't really know how to point them out. What are my strengths, like what I like doing. Like, I know what I like doing, but what if what I like doing does not okay, let me say one what I like, probably I like watching a movie. What if it does not really fit to what you called personal development? Like you said, what do you need to get to your destination? Like, how do I invest? How do I convert what I like doing to what I need to get to my destination? I don't know if you get my question.
Yes, I think I have an idea of your 2 questions. So your first question has to do with how you can convert what you like doing, right? And so I guess something that's productive, such that,
Yes.
okay, so first of all, Juliana, you have to understand that your natural talent. So don't mix up what you enjoy doing, like for leisure, like you like to watch movies, maybe you like to hang out with your friends. Don't mistake that for the context of talent we're talking about here. When we're talking about talent here, let me just go back to to my slides, and I hope that you were able to join us from the very beginning, because I kind of talked through it a bit, right? So your talents are your natural recurring pattern of thought, feeling, or behavior that can be productively applied. So can you productively apply enjoying to watch a movie? I don't know about that. There's leisure, right? That's more of a leisurely thing. What you have to think about is, don't say, oh, my talents are just things I like. No, that's not what I said. Your talents are things that are natural within you that can be applied productively. So look at these examples on the screen, and these are just 7 of such things, just a few. Effortlessly and instinctively starting conversation, as an example, is a talent. How do you take something like that, right, and now use it productively? Sales, talking to people, convincing people, right? So at work, if you're somebody that you notice that every day, it seems like whenever you are presenting or you are trying to get a point across or convince people of things, it gives you energy. That is a talent that you can apply productively, right? People that like to think in an orderly or timely manner. If you notice that you're the kind of person that, when it comes to them asking you, oh, can you create this thing into, something that people can use, maybe like a process document or a policy, comes naturally to you. That is a productive way to apply that, right? Those things that you like doing. If we about those things that we like doing, then many of us actually, we really won't achieve much, because it's not necessarily about what you like, but what you have been wired to do. So those things that naturally give you energy, you are able to just do them effortlessly, right? Now, because you're able to do something effortlessly, does not mean that you should not try to do things that maybe take a little bit more from you. Because what you also have to understand about your talents is that they can be applied across different things. So another example, the person that is able to effortlessly and instinctively start conversations, and maybe that just really comes to them naturally, right? That can be applied anywhere. It can be applied in different industries. It can be applied in certain types of jobs. If the person is in a job where they don't get to talk or present or communicate much, they'll be drained, right? So let me give you an example. Let's say somebody that is like that has to be like a software developer, and they are on the end where they're always coding and they don't talk to people, but they're always just programming on a computer. They'll be drained every day at work because they need to communicate with people, right? They get energy from that communication, starting conversations, maybe asking you, okay, user, what issue do you have with the software? So you'll be better on the end of that software development job where they're actually getting users' requirements and things like that, and not just coding. All right. So that's my explanation for that. So you need to take the time to figure out what those things for you are, not just things like that you like doing. I mean, of course, have things that we like doing that cannot necessarily be applied, right, productively when it comes to maybe a career or a business. Okay, so that's for the first question. Now, your question, let me see if I remember it. Yes, I remember it was on the last slide. We were talking about ownership vision. Yes. So this is really a very, very simple point about the fact that everybody essentially has some sort of vision of what they want to achieve, right? So with you now in your life, it's like you're thinking about that, you're like, you know what, I would like to achieve A, B, C, and D. I don't know. Maybe you can actually give us an example. Are you still there? Can you give us like some sort of an example? Anything that's not too personal that maybe you would like to achieve?
Okay, currently I'm working on being a data analyst. So
Beautiful.
I'll be taking online classes and I'll be taking courses on Coursera. So I think what I would like to achieve in that aspect, I would like to be a satisfied like a big data analyst. So I think that's what I would like to achieve at the moment.
Beautiful. And your ownership of that is that you have started taking things, right? Did anybody own it for you, or did you own it for yourself? So your vision is to be this fantastic data analyst, right? That's your end goal for now. And you've owned it by taking the classes. So the point of this number 2 key is that you need to know where you're trying to get to, and you need to own it for yourself. And now say, okay, what are the steps I need to get to that place? Do I need to enroll for a course? Do I need to find mentors within, that space that can talk to me? Do I need to come to places like Growth Circle, so that I can learn more about myself? That's what I mean by ownership. Okay. Thank you so much for your questions. Do we have any other questions? Okay, I see 2 hands up. Let's see.
Okay, so we have
Studio, will you
NG.
help me? Thank you. Okay.
Hello, Angie. Can you unmute your mic and speak to us?
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Um, I like doing so many things. Things like taking courses online, upskilling. But I find myself recently, I will start a course and suddenly I'll just lost interest in that course, or one or two things will just be pushing me back. I won't be able to complete the course. I have so many pending courses and I couldn't pinpoint why I find myself still doing stuff like that. Sometimes I'll come back, no, I need to rearrange, I need to start again. And then before you know, I will go back again. So I just want a way that will make me go back and be that energetic person I am, be that person that is always willing to learn something new again.
Fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to go back to what I said about energizers and drainers, right? So you need to ask yourself a few questions. Is it that these courses are actually like doing them is actually draining you? Because it sounds to me like maybe in the beginning you have energy, you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then maybe like towards the end, it begins to drain you and ask yourself why. If that's the case, remember the principle I taught about energizers and drainers. You need to plan your day properly. See, we need to get to the point where we understand ourselves so much that we're really maximizing our day. For instance, similar to you, there were a few Coursera courses I started and never finished, right? And then about 3 weeks ago, I did some AI course on Coursera, some Google AI course, and I finished it in record time. And it's because I was able to master my day. You don't go and do something like an online course where, if you're like me, you like talking to people like physically. Like I actually prefer a physical course to an online course, but hey, we have to maximize online courses, right? If you're like that, then you need to make sure that you're not taking that online course at the downtime of your day. You need to discover what time of my day is my peak time. What time of my day do I have the most energy? And that's when you go after hard things. Now, with Coursera courses, another trick is don't try and do it all at once. If they tell you, oh, it's just 5 videos, make sure that you follow whatever, ideas they give you that, okay, maybe do 30 minutes a day or 30 minutes every 3 days or 30 minutes every 2 days or whatever. Last but not the least, please, you specifically make sure that you do what we said, number 3. People, you need accountability. Find a friend, a support, somebody that you know they will harass you until you finish that course. And tell them, listen, I need accountability. I'm doing this course and I've not been good at finishing it. I start, I don't finish, so I don't finish. Can you please be my accountability partner? Can you please be on me? And ask me maybe every 3 days or something, how far, how far, how far. But remember that you need to determine for yourself, number one, your peak time is every day. What time do you have the most energy during the day so that you can go for that hard thing that you have not been able to complete? Number 2 is if it is actually draining you versus energizing you, but you have to do it. Do things that give you energy first and then do it so that you can see that way you actually have the energy to get through with it and complete it. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you very much.
All right. Do we have any other question? Any other question, guys? All right. So I'll take it that we do not have any other question. So I want to appreciate you, Ma. Thank you so much. Everyone on the chat, let's go to the chat. Let's drop a thank you message to Mrs. Felicia.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity and I wish you all the very best. Good luck with your amazing endeavors.
Thank you very much, Ma. All right, guys. So moving on, would have Esther would have her share some testimonials from participants from the 90 Days Accountability Program. So Esther, can you hear me? Hi, Esther.
I'm not sure Esther is on the call. You can go ahead and share it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Adeyi. So I joined the 90 Days Accelerator program to boost my morale, to become a goal setter, to become a talk and do person. And I can gladly say that I've made rapid progress since I joined this program. For example, since I joined this program, I noticed that my procrastination rate has reduced. I noticed that I even know how to network better with people. I noticed I know how to analyze my goals better. And this has proved influential in my little wins and even in my big wins. Throughout this program, I've been able to achieve things that I used to procrastinate over for years. I've been able to achieve them within months. And I can say that this has been instrumental. I also want to acknowledge the effort of Coach TA. I want to acknowledge the effort of Chinemye Ibiam. I want to acknowledge the effort of Charis. And I want to acknowledge the effort of others who has been like a guide in me achieving my goals. And I want to say that without you all, it would have not been possible for me to achieve these goals. So from the one-on-one section to the accountability partnership to the book reviews to the morning motivation has been phenomenal from beginning to the end. I would say that. So I want to shout out also. I want to say this as an advice to people who are contemplating whether to register for this program, that it's worth it. Every bit of it is worth it. Join in now before it becomes rare. Join in now before it becomes before it becomes so rare and so difficult to enter. Join in now and take charge of this opportunity.
My name is Bukola Oluwabukola Adeleke. I joined the Growth Circle Academy earlier in the year because I had like two major goals that I knew I needed to achieve, and I needed focus, I needed accountability, I needed push, and I needed encouragement basically. And when the opportunity came for Growth Circle, I thought that it was the best opportunity, and that was why I joined. So what I noticed is that I was more focused and I was pushed to pursue those goals and give what it takes, even though yes, once or twice or here and there were laggings, there were maybe not, or missing the time for learning and all of that, but it was at the top of my heart, it was in front of my heart, it was like I wrote it down on paper, and that alone helped my drive, that alone helped my decision to pursue that goal. So I like the fact that, you know, seeing Grow Circle, the resources and all of that, it helped me sit up. I was meeting up my classes. I was quite more intentional. I'm not even going to lie about my courses, especially my courses that that's actually part of my goal. I was more intentional and, you know, setting time aside to pursue it, and I'm so happy about um how far I've gone and the results that I am seeing. I remember starting the year with you know, with my boss and all of that, saying that I need to get on this skill. I need to go so that it can help my job. At first it looked like it was impossible because I was completely new to it, and I had some bit of doubt, you know. But joining Growth Circles, Growth Circle Academy, it was quite helpful. And one thing that I even thank Coach TA for was the fact that she paired me with someone who is grounded in the skill that I was trying to learn, and that was actually my major goal. I mean, it was very amazing because I feel like it was intentional, and so far so good. Mr. Fumito, that is my accountability partner. As you know, I mean, it was really amazing setting up personal classes for me. You know, setting up and giving up his time to help me. I really, because if not for Grow Circle, I wouldn't have met my accountability partner, which is Fumito. So I mean, I spoke to him about it, and he was really happy and willing to help. We set up meetings, classes. He would teach me, you know. And today I can say that I am doing better and doing well. Yes, I'm not yet there, but I am happy at where I am currently with that goal. And yes, so this opportunity was really good for me. It was really helpful, and I'm grateful to Grow Circle Academy for pairing me with Fumito, in all honesty. And my one-on-one time with Coach T also helped me streamline my goals. I had several things that I was, also targeting, but you have to be realistic with your goals. So that helped me to, streamline what I actually want to see at the end of the program. And even though I'm not 100% there, I can say that yes, I have made significant progress. I mean, today was even one of the days that I had a review with my senior colleague at work, and she was quite impressed. Although yes, I can still do better. So I'm grateful for um, the push ultimately that I got, and the help particularly that I got through my accountability partner, which is one of the key major focus for Grow Circle, accountability. And I feel like if you are looking for an environment that would help you stay focused, that would help you meet your goals, or yes, I mean, help you to be intentional and not procrastinate, and especially the accountability aspect, it's really helpful. I think you should sign up for the next cohort of the Grow Circle Academy, and you'll not regret it. Thank you.
My name is Oluwadara Durojaye. I am an architect and a project manager. I have had a burden on my heart with visions to birth, but wasn't quite sure how to execute consistently or pursue and take actionable steps to bring the vision to fruition. The 90-day accountability program offered me the hand-holding, framework, and tools to help launch me and get me on my way to execution and results-driven steps to actualizing my vision. Within the 90-day period, I have taken actionable steps towards my goals. I have built capacity and consistency based on my success roadmap. I am more aware of the importance of having a growth mindset, which propels me to execute. If you are a visionary, that is someone with a unique desire of their future and is burdened to achieve it. If you require hand-holding and accountability, if you need to build capacity with other like-minded people, then the 90-day accountability program is for you. Do not take any time. Take that step today.
All right, everyone. So I'm sure you all heard, listening to the testimonials from some of the participants from the 90 Days program, the 90 Days Accountability Program. All right, now, so we'll be moving on to the next session. Are you ready for the next session? All right, we're going to do an exercise now. I need you all to stand up. If you're sitting, stand. Just stretch your body. If you're still sitting, just stretch. Do something. Just move your body. Move your body. So on the chat now, I want you to drop your favorite emoji. Yes, just drop an emoji. I need to confirm that we still have the energy we started with this morning. Angie, thank you for that lipstick. Can we have your emoji, guys? Yes, yes, yes. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Our next speaker is set for us, and he needs to see the energy in the room. He needs to see the energy in the room. Thank you. Thank you. I can see Prince. Yes, 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 yes. All right, guys. I would share my screen shortly, and we would have the next speaker. Just a minute. Okay. Slide this,
In my little wins and even in my big wins, throughout this program, I've been able to achieve things that I used to procrastinate
And
over
yes, we have our speaker.
for years.
So I'll run
I've been able
through
to
the
achieve them within
bio.
months. And I can say that this has
Akinwande
been instrumental.
Akisire is a highly driven,
I also want
innovative
to
business leader
make my.
with extensive experience
I also
in
want to acknowledge
strategy,
the efforts of
innovation, and
Coach
capacity building.
TA. I want to acknowledge
Innovation, capacity building.
I want to
Actually, the
acknowledge
testimonial
the
is
effort
still
of
playing. You
Clarice.
need to stop it
And I want to
for. Oh, really?
acknowledge the effort of others
Yes.
who have been like
Thank you.
a guide.
Okay. It has stopped now. Great.
Can you confirm you can see my screen and you can hear me?
Yes, yes, we can. Please proceed.
All right, awesome.
Thank
All right, Akinwande is a highly driven, innovative business leader with extensive experience in strategy, innovation, capacity building, and enterprise development. Over the last decade, he led the design and delivery of over 30 impact-focused programs and social interventions that have impacted over 40,000 young people, entrepreneurs, and undeserved women across African nations. He is the founder of Nerilus, a company that provides multifaceted, impact-focused solutions for private, social, and public sectors. He is also the founding director at Global Analyst Academy, a school focused on developing analysts and and transformation strategies across organizations. Akin is a multiple award winner and highly sought after faculty at business schools. He holds a Bachelor of Technology in Applied Geophysics from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, and an MBA from Christian University's Business School, Birmingham, United Kingdom. So with a clapping innovation, let's go to the chat to welcome our speaker for today.
Thanks, Chineye. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Welcome, sir. It's good to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Guys, are you all excited to have our speaker? All right, thank you. Over to you, Mr. King.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. So good to connect with every one of you. I've really been, impacted too within the last few minutes that I've been on the call, just listening to both the testimonials and also being a part of the last session that we just had. So it's really an exciting one for me to be here. Please, apologies. I'm on the move, so you could be getting some background noise where I am. So please, apologies for that. And I must really give kudos to the team behind the Growth Circle Academy and of course the conference. I really want to salute Coach TA for the amazing work that she's doing, with her team. I do not, underestimate what it's required to really put these together. So please, let's celebrate her. Let's put our hands together for Coach TA, and our team. And I mean, just listening to the testimonials that's been shared of what has happened over the last 90 days, it's really, truly, truly remarkable. And I must really commend her for this. I must also tell you, because I'm privileged to see some of the backhand work that is happening. She's truly an example of someone who is staying consistent. She's not just preaching something and doing something different. So well done, Coach TA. We love you. We appreciate you. And thank you also for having me. So to all the amazing people on the call today, particularly those that were part of the 90 Days Accountability program, well done. Congratulations to you for sticking, through the whole journey. And to everyone joining for the conference as well, I would like to say you're welcome. And I think it would be good for you to be part of the 90 Days Accountability program, if you're yet to be a part of it. So my task today is kind of simple and complex at the same time. Simple because this is what I love to do, right? I love to share, not share, just inspiration with people. As here introduced me, I engage individuals, businesses, innovators, supporting them to really grow, and scale their business. In the past 1 week, being in Vienna with some of the startups that were supported, who are participating in some global competition, and 2 of them actually won global awards. So we just took today out to visit a neighboring country, just to explore. So it's what I love to do, and I'm really very passionate about it. But the topic that we have before us, staying consistent, it's a topic that, really strike a chord when it comes to, when I think about the journey of several entrepreneurs, the ones I've supported, the ones, that are also like inspirations to the ones I've supported, and also looking over the years about my own personal journey as well. I must say that, consistency, it's a critical element. And I mean, our first speaker has done justice to a lot of definitions, tips, and all that, and I really would like to encourage that you pay attention to those things. By the time she shared the slides, you really go through those things and stick to them, but I just have a few questions that I would like to ask you, as we start, right? How many of you have really at any point decided that let's start with the very basic things, right? You decided that maybe you read somewhere about the health benefits of exercising, right? And you decided that you wanted to start, exercising, and you really have a plan to start exercising well. How many of you are in that category? You can raise your hand. You can just say me on the chats, yeah. I mean, yes, okay, cool, amazing, cool. Now, how many of you, even though you had great plans to start exercising, okay, maybe a few people have planned for exercising. How many of you have a plan to start, calling people more? You feel that you are not really doing very well, but you want to call people more, so you could as well also be part of this exercise as well. There are people that you met at events. There are people that you think had inspired you at some point, and you wanted to build a relationship with them, and you decided that you wanted to engage them more. So you could also be a part of this. So my second question would be that just think about it. Even though you've made the decision to exercise more, or in your case, maybe you wanted to connect with, some mentors, some people that, you feel they are very critical or strategic to your success, but you've not been connecting with them. And in the case of exercise, you realize that you've not been keeping fit. How many of you could really pinpoint the reason why you've not been doing that? If you cannot, just say, I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know why, in the chat. I want us to engage. I can see a lot of people here, but few people are really engaging. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's a very sincere word, You have the plan, you have the desire, but you just don't know why you're not going to the gym, or you're not going out to run, or you're just not calling those people that you really love to call. The reality is that, as humans, the way we're wired, is that whatever is most convenient to our body, whatever is most convenient to us, to our mind, to our senses, is what we tend, to follow. So, for example, in the morning, you don't feel like standing up from the bed. You rather want to sleep some minutes extra. You rather want to, you don't want to wake up and start praying, or wake up and, start preparing for work, or wake up and go to the kitchen and cook, or, all of those things. You don't feel like doing them because naturally the body wants to relax. The body wants to rest. The same thing also happens, even when you get to work. You see certain things that you like to do or that you should do, and you just feel, the body will rather want to do something else. You get back home, it's time to sleep. If sleep is not like your primary interest, there are some people that see sleep is their hobby. Sleeping is their hobby, right? If sleeping is not your hobby, and you get on maybe social media, you could just realize that your body just enjoy it, your mind just enjoy it, just scrolling, just scrolling away, and all that, right? Now, those things are very easy to the body. I'm saying all of that to say that, see, the way human bodies are wired, and there is a spiritual undertone to that. There is a spiritual undertone to that, is that the body always wants to do what is easy, what is convenient, want to take the path of least resistance, want to just, chill and just be happy, and hoping that everything will be fine. But life doesn't really work that way. Life does not, happen to us. Success does not happen to us by chance. Success happens to us by intentionality. And that's why, as part of the things that we do to define what our outcome should look like, there is a saying by Abraham Lincoln that it's popular. You probably might know about it, but it stuck with me for a long time. In fact, if you're with me on LinkedIn, you will see I have a variant of that saying as like my background test on LinkedIn. It says the best way to predict your future is to create it. So you're hoping that you have a beautiful tomorrow. You're hoping that, next year will be better. You're hoping that, you move up, you get promoted. You're hoping that, you build a great business. You're hoping that, you want to travel around the world. You're hoping, whatever it is that is like that thing of interest. You want to impact several thousands of people, millions of people. You want to write books. You want whatever it is that it's your interest, right? The best way to make that happen is to create it. So what it means is that literally the capacity to design and make that happen lies with us. And that's why the journey must start with a clear vision. I'm going to give you the steps, but along the line, I just want you to be able to connect and relate with it. Now, when you don't have a clear vision of what you want to make out of life, or you want to make out of your business, or what you want to make out of your career, or your relationship, or whatever it is, it's going to be difficult for you to be consistent in whatever you need to do to make it happen. So consistency comes into conversation when there is a clear thing that needs to be done. When there is no clear vision, when there is no clear goal, when there is no clear pursuit, we can't be talking about consistency. You are consistently doing what? To what end is your consistency if there is no clear vision, if there is no clear goal that you want to achieve? So the way the journey begins is fundamentally having clarity on the direction you want to go, the goal you want to achieve, the outcome you are chasing. What's the big vision? What's the big goal? What's that thing that gets you awake? What's that thing that's, that has the compelling power to take away sleep from your eyes? Until you catch that clear goal or clear vision, it's really going to be very difficult for you to arrive at that point. Because, yeah, consistency is a good attribute, but what is it powering? What's the aim? What are you achieving with that attribute? So first, it starts with having a clear vision. And we cannot overemphasize the need for vision, right? What do you think your life is about? What have you deduced, from different things, either from, I believe that most people on the call are believers, either from, your dealings or your interaction with God, the things, the burdens He puts in your heart, the interest you put in your heart, or from observing yourself over the years, observing your track, seeing that, okay, this is where your interest lies. You see that you're drawn towards these. You always feel, geared or endeared towards doing certain things, and from all of these things you're putting together to say, hey, I think my purpose is actually to help people accelerate their journey in life. So people that I come in contact with, I help them accelerate their journey in life. Or I feel my purpose is to help those that are not able to have voice for themselves, find their voice. people that are underserved, underprivileged, people that have limited opportunities, helping them find that voice, that opportunity that we connect them to platforms or to openings or whatever, that will give them that chance to be able to, live for themselves and have voice by themselves. My purpose or, my assignment is to help people, live a better life or to solve whatever health problem that is ravaging, people. My assignment is to contribute to discovering, the drugs, the cures to different, whatever it is that you have found as you need to be able to now clearly articulate, okay, what's the vision? What's the vision? Once you have a clear vision, and you see, we can't mistake this for just living. There are people that, they're just living life. And on that journey of just living life, you'll say, oh, just take a day, as it comes. Perhaps they develop certain skills that give them the chance, to make some progress. And similarly, when they are compared with their peers or compared with people around them, they similarly have made progress and they celebrate that. But you see, the way life is measured is what you could have achieved compared to what you have achieved, given the same potential that you have. What you could have achieved compared to what you have achieved, given the potential that you have. I want you to note that down. That's the way life is really measured. And that's why the journey of life, it's not a competition between 2 people, 3 people. It's competition between yourself and your potential, right? If where you are right now, if you look at yourself and you feel great, you feel excited, you feel happy, the question now is, when you think about the potential that you have you really optimized your potential? If you've not optimized your potential, it could mean that you don't have a vision that is compelling enough to drive you to put a little more pressure on yourself to be able to really optimize your potential. So I want you to write that down, what you could have achieved compared to what you have achieved, given your potential. That's the way you're supposed to measure your success. So yes, I am the general manager of this. I am the programs manager of this. I am the CEO of this. I am the lead of this. Is that the best that your potential could have achieved right now? Is that the best that you could have done right now? Oh, I'm able to touch 5 people's life. Oh, I'm able to impact 2 persons. Oh, I'm speaking on this stage where we have 20 persons. Is that what your potential would have achieved? Now, when you come from this whole realization that indeed, if I had put a little bit more pressure on myself, if I had been more consistent with some of these plans, initiatives, ideas that I have in pursuing them, I could have done much more. Then that reality dawns on you that you are not yet successful. And with clear reality of the fact that you're not yet successful, it means that you need to now intentionally build that capacity to pursue your goal consistently in yourself. So first is to have a clear vision, and your vision should drive your pursuit. Your vision should be compelling enough to drive you, to wake you up, to discipline you, to put the pressure that you need, on you. Okay. When you think about someone like, because I support businesses, and I'll use some examples of people in business, both locally and internationally, just to see how I can, drive home the point. when Mark Zuckerberg started out building Facebook, now forget about the fact that, he was building it in the US, forget about the idea around, oh, yes, in the US. Just take your mind off it, because when people hear the US, the first thing you say, oh, it has a working environment. Oh, there is, 24/7 light. Oh, there are a lot of young people that start startups, start businesses on a daily basis in the US that also shut down. So he's successful not because there's 24 hours light. He's successful because he had a clear vision and was consistently pursuing that vision. Now, his goal was to build a social network that connects everybody in a school. That was the picture he first had in mind. He wanted a social network that makes interaction, engagement, connections, within a school more fluid, so that everyone graduating are able to connect, they know themselves, interact effectively. And as they begin to try out different codes, in developing that platform, then you also see that, hey, this can literally be beyond the school. There's opportunity to build what can really connect people, across United States and perhaps all over the world. And it was at it. Now, there are several times at the early stage that, he had offered to be bought. In fact, there was a whopping sum of 75 million US dollars that was offered to him at some point as he was building. Now, at this time, he was just living in a one room, but just building consistently, trying out different ways to iterate the codes, to make it more engaging, make it more solid, from security part to usability and all that. He was living in a room, a dorm room. That was where he was living. When he made his first $1 million, he was still living in that one room, because his goal was not just to build a company that makes $1 million. His goal was to build a company that connects the world. And from connecting the world, definitely, he has become so rich today. But one thing from his story is that he sleeps late at night, wake up early, even though he didn't have any boss he was reporting to, but he put all that he needed to do to iterating the solution so that it can fail fast and, make progress quickly. So the vision you have must really be compelling enough. So what are you chasing with your life? What are those dreams that you have? What are those pursuits that you have? You need to rethink them to be sure that they are compelling enough. And another thing is, when you have a clear vision, you now need to set goals. And in setting goals, I think the last speaker also mentioned something around goals. Generally, there's what we call setting SMART goals, which is an incredible way to plan your goal. First is to make it very specific. I want to be able to. Can you guys still hear me? Just confirm you can still hear me. Okay,
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. So first is that it has to be specific. What kind of goal are you setting for yourself? Because it's your goal that help you really shape how you attack every day. For example, so if the goal is that within the next 1 month, you want to, so for example, if you're on a career path and you've identified certain skill sets that you need to acquire. So what you're doing is to set clear goals to say that over the next 30 days, I want to have read 5 books, or let's say 2 books that focus on helping me develop consistency. I want to have, listened to at least 4 or 5, maybe TED Talks or speeches or sessions focus on helping me achieve consistency. And thirdly, you want to say things like, I want to be reporting about how I've consistently done whatever it is, X, Y, and Z over the last 30 days. So you see, there are key things that you're doing to learn. Then there is also the accountability of the things that you have done over that 30 days. So at the end of the 30 days, you are accounting for the resources that you have consumed to improve your capacity to be consistent. You're also accounting for the things that you have done as a result of being consistent. So it has to be specific. And there is the principle of starting small. You don't have to, create a lofty goal for yourself. You just need to be realistic, right? If, for example, there's a pressure of work that, weighs in, so much on your time, and maybe what you have to yourself every day is just a window of like 4 hours or 5 hours, you want to build your goal around that and not trying to, be overly ambitious. No, it's not about overly ambitious. Consistency is about taking some key steps, critical steps, in bite sizes, but consistently. Taking key steps, critical steps in bite sizes, but consistently. That's what you want to be able to achieve. So for example, if part of your goal is to read 3 books over 30 days, then you want to be able to say, okay, if reading 3 books over 30 days, it means that every 10 days, I need to finish a book. How many chapters of a book do I need to consume every day to be able to achieve that? So if I need to consume, take for example, maybe 3 chapters or 4 chapters of a book, every day, or let's even say 3 chapters of a book every day to achieve my goal, it means that perhaps maybe I need to designate like 20 minutes to read every day, or 30 minutes, depending on how fast you are, to read every day. So the consistency is now in ensuring that you are reading 20 minutes a day. And it's absolutely effective when you are able to put a specific time to it. For example, I have alarm for everything in my life. Like, I don't trust myself with time, so I have alarm for like everything, literally everything, such that when I travel and I get on a flight, I literally have to now silence everything so that intermittently it won't be disturbing people. That's my life, because I don't trust myself with time. And that's the way it works. If you have key goals that you like to achieve and you realize that you have limited time for it, you have to be able to put yourself in that time box. That's the only way you can be, particularly if you're now like, a working woman with multiple responsibilities. You're taking care of children, you have your work responsibility, home responsibility. Literally, you need to be able to box things into those times. So set smart goals. And when you are setting the goals, always ensure that the goals you are setting, it's in line with the vision you want to achieve. Because you also don't want to climb up a tree or climb up a ladder, and at the end of the day, you realize that the ladder you were climbing up is resting completely on another wall. No. That's why it starts with defining your vision. When you are clear with your vision, it tells you where you want to put your ladder. And the goals you are setting, as you're achieving them, you're climbing up the ladder. And at the end of the day, you are going up, to that ladder. The other thing I want to add, I've talked about vision, how important that is. I've talked about setting smart goals and how critical that is. And in setting smart goals, I talk about starting small and building momentum. So you start small and gradually, over time, you build momentum. The next thing is you need accountability partners in this journey. This part, you can't do without it. We are talking about playing a long-term game, being in it for the long haul, staying consistent, ensuring that you're, you're making impact, ensuring that you are making progress on your journey consistently. Let me tell you, the reality is that when we're starting, I was defining for you what human body really wants and how our human body is really frail. So there are times that, maybe we're discouraged. We had expectation for something and, we're discouraged. It impacts our body. Literally, it impacts our body. I don't know if, let me ask this question. Has it ever happened to you that you were not feeling quite well before? I mean, you were not really in a very good place before. And all of a sudden you saw an alert on your phone. Yes, bank alert, credit alert, not debit alert on your phone. And all of a sudden your mood changed. Has it happened to you before? I need a witness in the chat. Has it happened to you before? That's, credit alerts just, it just changed the whole thing. Just realize that where did this energy come from? Like, I never realized I'm as energetic, as in literally, right? Now, that's to tell you that the things that happen to us in reality, either we have the feeling that we are making progress, or we are confronted with the reality that we are not progressing enough, or we're getting feedback that we are not doing well, or you're staring at yourself in the mirror and you just feel that, man, this thing is just too tough. Right? Whatever it is, all of those things have impacts on our physical body. They have impacts on our physical body because strength in our body is connected to our emotions, it's connected to our soul. And that's why, as believers, we say that we should always say positive things. The Bible says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So we say positive things. We declare God's word over ourselves, but because our soul can literally activate our body. Right. So the same way, when we're confronted with challenges, when it seems we are losing momentum in being consistent with our goal, we actually need accountability partner to drive us. So the next point is you need an accountability partner. You need an accountability partner. You need an accountability partner. And I'm sure maybe those that have been on the 90 days accountability program can see the difference in sharing your challenges, sharing your struggle with, one another, and having someone else also encourage you, how that has really impacted your journey. There is a scripture in Proverbs, I think it's Proverbs 27, verse 17. It says, as iron sharpens iron, so does the countenance of a man sharpens that of his neighbors. As iron sharpens iron. I don't know if you've seen where two knives are used to, to sharpen themselves, like this. Maybe someone who wants to butcher, maybe butcher goats or cow or so. You see them using two cutlasses to sharpen themselves, I've had to take care of a few chickens in my life, so I know what it means to sharpen knife, preparation to take care of Christmas chicken, So literally, iron can sharpen iron. In order to make both irons sharper, right? That's what happens when you have accountability system around you, such that when you're becoming blunt, when you're losing steam, when you're losing momentum, there can be that support. I tell you this, I have a ring of friends, that we have a special WhatsApp group. We have a special WhatsApp group, 4 of us. Now, I have friends across different sectors, right? I have friends that are full-time in ministry. I have friends that are full-time in business. I have friends that are professionals, and all that. So, but within that, my ring, there are friends that our focus and our goals are the same. We speak the same language literally because our goal is the same. Our goal of impact is the same. Now, what we do is not even so much about the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp is what helps us stay connected. The WhatsApp is what helps us stay engaged. You find an information, you share. You find an information, you share. So it's easier to connect, support one another and all that. But the main thing is around the questions that we ask ourselves. So when we meet, someone kind of like, Ross, you said you wanted to do this. This was the goal that you set for so period. How far? I've not heard anything. I've not seen anything. What's going on? What's the update? Those little conversations, those subtle pressures, they are very critical in driving us to where we want to go. They look simple. They look, they look casual sometimes, but those things are very critical because what it means is that you don't want to be the one behind. This is what we've said. This person that's, is taking this step. This person is doing this. This person is doing that. Then you also need to get on it. And there are times that you discourage, maybe you make some moves and it didn't work out well. Someone is saying that, hey, man, it happens. This thing also happened. It happened. There is no, we have to move on. We have to move on. Getting words of encouragement is very important, because ability to track our progress, ability to celebrate our little successes. So as you do some things and it's working very well, you share with them, hey, well done. Congratulations. You're moving. That's good. That's it. You're making progress. All of those things, they have impact on our emotions and feedback into our body and drives our energy to moving forward. So it's important to really be accountable. And sometimes it might even be pointing you to some other resources to unlock things. So you're sharing, this is the goal that I have for this next month, or this is the goal that I have for this quarter. And as you're sharing it, someone is saying that, okay, I know someone that I can connect with that can help you do this. I know someone that can provide this. I know someone that can provide that. Before you know it, you realize that you have simplified the journey even for yourself. Having the right people as your accountability system, it's very, very critical. It's very, very critical. Very, very critical. Very, very critical. And lastly, as I wrap this up, I must say that, you have to learn to forgive yourself on the journey. You have to learn to forgive yourself. And when I mean forgiving yourself, it's not about indulging yourself every now and then. The temptation to fall short on your plans will always come. But the responsibility to ensure that you are not indulging yourself lies on you. Because you see, the actions that you take today will impact your overall journey. Things that you see that you don't do. So for example, if the vision that you have is to be able to move to a higher role, join a particular category of organization, and in order to be able to expand your experience and also expand your impact, and you keep finding opportunities that you feel like applying to. Of course, if you want to apply for a job, it requires you to update your CV, write a cover letter, fill up the application forms and everything that is required, and all of those things. And what you keep doing is you keep procrastinating, or you keep dilly-dallying. You keep, just another opportunity will come, another chance will come, and all of that. When you keep doing all of that, what you're doing is you're indulging yourself. You are indulging yourself. Some will even make an excuse that this is not God's will yet. God hasn't expressly spoken to you that this is not my will. You don't have any clear communication in your spirit not to do it. When you saw it, you felt this is a good opportunity that can take you to the next level. But what you're just doing is you're just being lazy about it. You're just being lazy about it. One thing I must put out clearly is that God's interest is for our advancement. His interest is in our advancement. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. To prosper means to do well, to be blessed, to be empowered to succeed. That's his wish for us above all things. So every opportunity to advance, to progress, to do well, is interested in it. He's interested in it. He won't withhold it from us. The Bible also said that, is a sun and a shield. He gives grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from the righteous. No good thing will he withhold from the righteous. So what it means is that when the righteous finds opportunity and you choose not to apply to it, what you've done is that you have denied the power of God at work on your behalf. And when you think about the reason why we are not approaching those things or we are not pursuing those opportunities, is because we are being lazy to exert ourselves to really give what it takes. I don't believe that most of the time is we condemning ourselves. If you are a believer, you read God's word consistently and you see who the word says you are from the scriptures, that you're a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar person that's been called out of darkness to show forth the light of God, to show forth the glory of God. You won't think of yourself less. So you're not thinking that you are not qualified or you won't do well or no. It is the laziness part that is showing up to say that, hey, I will do it tomorrow. I will apply next tomorrow. Maybe I will join the next batch. Oh, maybe when they advertise the next opening. No, that's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. Even Jesus Christ says I will do the work of my Father while it is day. While it is day. So there is the urgency to whatever we need to do. There is the urgency element to whatever we need to do. And that's the way to build the culture. So when we build that culture of urgency and we're doing that consistently, so if at all it happens that once in a while you fall short, then you can forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. But ensure that you are not indulging yourself. Ensure that you're not indulging yourself. When, for example, you have planned, that every 20 minutes, every day, for the next 30 days, you want to be reading on certain topic, or in addition to that, you've planned that, you will wake up to pray in the spirit for so number of minutes every day for so period, and you realize that, you fell short once, instead of condemning yourself that, this thing, I can't do this thing. I realize I can never be consistent. No, don't talk yourself down. Don't beat yourself down. All you just need to do is to forgive yourself. And right from that point, pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. There is a very interesting lesson that I learned much earlier about fasting. Much earlier about fasting, that if you were supposed to fast and you wake up that morning, you've forgotten that you've committed to fast that day, then maybe you just grab bread or biscuit and you just said to them, immediately you took that bite, then you realize that, I'm supposed to be fasting today. Oh, try. And now I've eaten biscuits or I've eaten, small piece of bread, right? Instead of going to make tea and add tea to the bread, fasting is gone, Just stop right there where you are and start the fast from that point. Start the fast from that point. Right. That's the way to do it. Because if you decide, today is gone, we will start again tomorrow. What you've done is that you've indulged yourself. And tomorrow is going to be a little bit harder. So what it means is that even though you've set time to say that, you're going to do this by 12 noon, or you're going to do this by 12 midnight, or you're going to do this by night, and Now it is already 12:30, and you see that, oh, the time has gone. Now it is the time that you set for TV. What you can just do is just reduce the time that you set for TV or to you check your social media. First, take out the 20 minutes. First, take out the 30 minutes to do those things. Then you come back to it. So don't indulge yourself. That's the idea. It's difficult, but those are the attributes of the champion. Those are the attributes, of winners. Those are the attributes of people that make critical changes. So forgive yourself when you lose it, but don't indulge yourself. We've seen people like Ibukun Awosika who had broken through barriers, consistently built herself. Do you know what it means to be the chairman of a financial institution? What it means is that she had taken a lot of time to school herself on corporate governance, school herself on how to read financial statements, school herself on the financial. I mean, this was a woman that was building business in the furniture business. She was building a furniture business, but she literally had to prepare herself to be able to enter into, strong corporate governance. And when you really read a story about her growth, you'll really be amazed. So it takes discipline. It takes putting yourself under that pressure, good pressure, to ensure that you achieve the goals that you need to achieve. And as I wrap up this morning, I think it's now afternoon also in Nigeria. As I wrap up at this time, I'm going to wrap up with these words. Discipline is the connection between the goals that you want to achieve and you achieving them. That discipline is what puts all of this together. Discipline is the connection. You can think about it as a bridge. You can think about it as the connecting rod. You can think about it as the lift or the escalator that takes you from the goals, the desires, the interests that you have, and you actually achieving those things and becoming successful at them. So in all of this, you have to be disciplined. Consistency requires discipline. And my definition of discipline is doing what you have to do and not what you want to do. Doing what you have to do and not what you want to do. So when we consistently make a choice of doing what we have to do, then we will see a lot of our goals being realized faster than we could imagine. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I've been able to encourage you a little. For those graduating from the 90-day accountability program, congratulations to you once again. And I hope that the discipline that you've built over this time, you're able to stay consistent with it. And for those that have joined the conference today to learn, if you feel the accountability group is something that you really need, I will strongly encourage you to be a part of it. We can't outgrow accountability. In fact, once a man or a woman outgrows accountability, then you're going to be running into problem in your life. We cannot outgrow accountability. There are certain things that when I think about the fact that I have to be accountable, I have to come and give the reasons why I took the stupid decision to keep people in my life. Then I rethink that, no, I can't. Because I don't have the guts, I don't have the effrontery to say that this is what I did, So because I don't have that effrontery to say it, it becomes, an obligation on me to ensure that I don't do it. And that's the same way we live towards God. The reason why we fear God is because we don't want to be caught doing what He doesn't want us to do. Right. So let's impose discipline on ourselves, and doing that consistently, and we'll be amazed at the kind of results, that will begin to generate. Thank you very much. I think we have time for questions.
Oh, yes, we do. Thank you very much, Mr. Akin. All right, guys, let's get our questions in. Do you have questions? Would love to take questions now. Okay, it seems everyone pretty much understood all that Mr. Akin said today.
Which is better?
That's interesting, right?
But are there like concerns? Are there like blockers? You know, if for example you have any key, if you have any like key issue, maybe that's around maybe your career progression, around your business progression, you know, you can even send me a direct question, right? And if you want to ask, you can also ask. You know, I have few minutes before I get back to my exploratory journey.
All right, we're waiting, we're waiting. You can see the thank you coming in. So, okay, no questions, okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to allow our speaker go now. So thank you very much, Mr. Akin, for
Thank
the
you.
session, for the
Thank you.
insightful. On the call, we have the 90 days participants and also other career persons who are on the call. And I'm sure they've taken notes, they've jotted, and we hope that they would start taking action from today. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I can see amazing names on the call. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Please do enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
All right. So first of all, we're going to say a big thank you to everyone who has stayed up until now. This is actually after 12 here in Nigeria. So thank you for staying up for 2 hours. So we've got 1 more hour. This conference is actually a 3-hour conference, and we're ready to take you through the journey of growth. We have one last speaker. Also, please do sit tight. Don't go anywhere. We've got goodies. We've got scholarships for grab. So would love to have you all stick around up until the end of this conference. All right. So moving on. We're going into our celebration mode. We've got some amazing fellows in our midst this afternoon. So some persons have been on the 90 days accountability program. They've been on the 90 days of accountability program, growing, stretching. I'm going to share my screen now so you can see their lovely faces. Yes, can you see their lovely faces? Before we go into before we dive into the certificates and award presentation, we need these persons to dance, right? If you know you can identify your face on the screen right now, please jump up and just celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. This is a big win. You've achieved that goal. So it's been 90 days. Been 90 days. Tuition and so at the background. So let's encourage you. Let's drop clap emoji. Let's drop it. Congratulations to all those rating from the 90 Days Accountability Program. Please, let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate them. We need more emojis in the chat room. Yes, yes, yes. Let's keep it coming. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we move on to the certificate presentation. So we've got our certificates first before the awards. So we have Eniola Daniel Oyewole. We have Onyinyechi Peace. We have Oluwafunto. So these are basically the certificates they would be getting, and as many that are on the call anticipating to join the next cohort, these are things you are going to get upon completion of the 90 Days Accountability Program. So right about now, I'm going to invite Tia for the awards ceremony. Hi, Tia. Can you hear me? We can see TA all. Can we see TA? Hi, TA.
Hi, Chineye. I hope you enjoyed my music.
Oh, I never knew you were playing the music at the background.
Nobody heard my music. I was playing music and dancing.
Oh, okay.
Ah, you have unveiled it. Have you unveiled? Okay, not yet.
Not yet.
No, you are good. You are good.
Okay.
Okay, good. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see and hear you.
Okay, hold on. Give me a minute. Whoa. Okay, fantastic. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for staying up till this time. It's been an amazing learning session. We've picked so many learnings from both our speakers. I'm also writing, I'm also learning from everything they've said. And it looks like they've picked into my notes, into my presentation. And I'm like, what am I going to say now? They've said everything, right? But I mean, knowledge is never exhaustive, right? So we have a lot more things to share with you. But right now, I'm going to be presenting awards to 3 categories of participants in the 90 Day Academy. I'm sure most of you didn't see this coming, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of appreciation, so to speak, to you, our dear participants at the 90 Day Academy. And we have 3 categories, like I said. The first category goes to the best accountability partner. The best accountability partner. The second category goes to the most inspiring participants. And the third category goes to the most consistent participants. Let me have your guess in the chat room. Who do you think deserve any of these awards? For those that participated in the 90 Days Accountability Program, please take a wild guess. Who do you think would have gotten the best accountability partner? Who would have gotten the most inspiring participant and the most consistent participant? Please go ahead and put your guess in the chat room. I am watching. You might as well get the award for the best guess. Most inspiring, Taiwo. Okay, I like that. Taiwo, you see, you're getting nominations from other participants. Great. Who else do we think would have gotten? Just take a wild guess. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. Just take a wild guess. Most inspiring, Taiwo. Amazing. Okay, so I would also share the criteria we considered in selecting those people. I want to see 2 more comments before I proceed. If you are part of the just concluded 90 Days Accountability Program, kindly put a vote in the chat room. Let us know who you think won. Most consistent, Homa. Cheers, Dara, did you hear that? I wish she was on the call. Okay, that's great. Ihoma was consistent. Who else? One more comment, and then I would unveil who the winners of this are. TY, thank you. Thank you for the votes. Thank you for the votes. Okay, guys, let's vote. Who else is here to vote? Okay. Okay. Who else is on the call? David, let's have your votes. Who else is on the call? Who else is on the call? Just one more vote for the best accountability partner. Fumito, best accountability partner. Okay, thank you, David, for that vote. Okay, great. So we're going to proceed right about now. Please, next slide. And the award of the best accountability partner in the just concluded accountability program goes to Fumito. Let's put our clap emoji. So Fumito, throughout this program, was able to go above and beyond for his accountability partner in the person of Olubukola Deleke. He went ahead to have extra lessons, extra meetings with her to ensure that she learned the skill that she wanted to smash during the program. Fumito exemplified someone who is selfless, who goes after knowledge and goes ahead to share with others. Fumito is an amazing visionary, an amazing leader, an inspiring go-getter. And we are so proud of his contribution to the accountability partnership. Thank you so much, Fumito, for bringing in your best. Thank you so much, Fumito, for being a great accountability partner. Thank you so much. And definitely, we are going to share your success story. Thank you, Fumito, and super congratulations to you. Okay, let's move quickly to the second category before you unveil. The second category is it the most inspiring or the most consistent? The most what? Inspiring? The most inspiring accountability partner award goes to Ifeoluwa Edawole. Wow, I mean, she exemplified someone who takes action. Most of our tasks were done on time, right? So you see all those polls that I used to say that I was checking. Who will respond? Who will not respond? All the success roadmap, for instance, she was someone who came to the program hungry. She was hungry to learn. She was hungry to move her business forward. And guess what? She achieved her goal. In the first month of this program, she was able to achieve 100% revenue generation. That for us was truly, truly inspiring. I want to say congratulations to you, Goal Smasher Ifeoluwa, for bringing in your A game, despite the numerous responsibilities you had as a mother, as a minister, as a career person. You were still able to push your business forward. And today, Aji Fair Confectionaries was able to achieve 100% revenue generation in the first month of being in the 90 Days Accountability Program. Congratulations to you, Ifeoluwa. We are super duper proud of you. The next award goes to the ever consistent Goal Smasher, and that is Goal Smasher David. Goal Smasher David, super congratulations to you for taking action. And at the beginning, I remember our first one-on-one coaching session. We actually didn't conclude that session because it was like he had many things he wanted to do. Things at the same time, I was like, okay, we need to streamline your goals here. And because of the limitedness of the timing for the first session, we couldn't conclude. However, he went back by himself, took action by himself to say, okay, based on what Coach TA has said, what can I do better? And he decided to set a laudable goal for himself. Guess what? He finished writing 4 manuscripts of his book. 4 manuscripts of his book. That is remarkable. He was consistent with his goals, and he stretched himself. And definitely, if you know me very well, I always make that analogy of a rubber band. He can never return to his normal position because he has built more capacity by being consistent with his goal. See, David, we are super proud of you. and know that this is the least you would ever be. We are super proud of you. Congratulations. Yes, I'm full of surprises. You didn't see it coming. Super congratulations to you, Gold Smasher David. You're super amazing. And keep going. There is more. There is more. This is just a tip of the iceberg, okay? There is more. Generations are waiting to see your light shine, to see your business thrive. Okay, so imagine the people, for instance, Tara Fela-Durotoye is impacting through our makeup industry. Imagine the people that Bukan Woshika today is inspiring through our enterprise and through the leadership position she's currently occupying, right? If they haven't been consistent with their vision, they will not achieve that. Okay, but you have exemplified someone who is consistent, who is able to stretch, and today you have this amazing result to show for it. Congratulations to you, and congratulations to everyone in the 90 Days Accountability Program. I wrote a post for you on my Instagram page to say that congratulations to you for shining your light. Congratulations to you for believing in yourself. Congratulations to you for taking on this journey to say, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worth these dreams. And these dreams were given to me by God, and I will fulfill them. That's exactly what you have exemplified by coming along this journey. You may not have achieved a very concrete goal, but you have moved. You have made progress. You are no longer where you used to be. And I want to say congratulations to every participant of the 90-Day Accountability Program. Please go ahead and give yourself a clap emoji in the chat section. Give yourself a clap emoji. I'm super proud of everyone. I just wish you could see my heart for you to really see how proud I am of everybody, because I know that this is just the foundation, and you have the basic knowledge, you have the basic systems already, and you would build on it. And I can't wait to, I can't wait to share in your testimony of the future and great things you're going to do going out of here. Thank you so much for being part of the 90 Day Accountability Program. We're super proud of you, and we're always here to support you. We are committed to developing more programs that will support your execution, that would support your becoming. And that's exactly our commitment at Growth Circle Academy. So I'm going to dive right into my session. We have 30 minutes to conclude the entire program, so I'm going to take maybe 15 minutes for my session, and that would be it. Chinenye, please go ahead and share my screen. And today, I'm going to be talking about executing the 90-Day Accountability Cycle 2 program. So I'm basically going to share my own with the wins we got as a group, as a cohort, and the lessons learned as a cohort. Now, the lessons will be more of based on my consultations with you and based on my experience as a professional. Okay, so I would like to start with, for us to reflect on, understanding what we did with the 90 days. So I'm more or less just revealing our secrets to you so that you can apply the same secrets, right, to your own vision, okay? The first thing we did, right, was to have a vision. We wanted to achieve something, and it was for us to help people jumpstart or fast track their idea.
Hello, everyone. Can you confirm you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Our speaker will be back shortly. TA. I think she's got some network issues. Hi, TA. She'll join us shortly. While waiting for her, got some music at the background.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you.
You can hear me now.
TA.
Thank you so much. Sincere apologies. Can we confirm the link is still, the video is still ongoing on YouTube? I doubt it. I might need to go through that process again. Please confirm the session is still ongoing on YouTube. Okay, great. No devil can stop us. We'll have this session today. It shows that there is something for you to learn from this, right? Yes, we are going to have an amazing time learning how to execute our dreams. And the reason is because of this. You know, one of the fundamental visions that we had can be taken from the Bible, right? Daniel 11:32b. Those that know their God will be strong and do exploits. Okay, that scripture made me understand the fact that as a person, God has put in us inherent in us potentials that is positioned to help us make exploits in life. So if you are not making exploits, if you are not resisting Him, that's another translation. If you are not executing your goals, you have those dreams, those visions, and you feel bound and limited, then you are not living to the fullness of your potential, and God is not happy about that. So our vision is that you live free and full. Our vision is that we help you, and through this vision, our mission is to help you jumpstart and kickstart your ideas within what? 90 days. That's for the 90 Days Accountability Program specifically. We have other programs in Growth Circle, but for 90 Days Accountability Program, that was exactly what we wanted to do. We had the vision. So the question to you is, and I mean, all our speakers spoke about having a vision. Without a vision, you will only be hallucinating without a vision. Okay, and same thing without execution. The vision is just another word for hallucination. So you need vision for direction, right? And vision is simply the picture of the future that you see. How do you want to improve what you're currently doing? What do you see in the future? That basically is vision. So for that goal you're trying to achieve, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, right? So for instance, someone that wants to write a book, that's the vision. You want to write a book, right? That's what you want to do. That's actually not the vision. The vision should be how far will this book writing, how far do you want to go with this book that you want to write? You get what I'm saying? Okay, so for someone in the business world, for instance, you want to start a business. What is the vision of this business? How far do you want to go with this business? What impact is this business going to have on the people that this business will serve? For someone in career, you want to get promoted. Why? Why do you want to have a global role? Why do you want to have a global job? So you need to make the vision clear, like the Bible says. Make it clear, make it plain upon the tables, that he that sees it may run with it. So it's really critical that you understand exactly what the vision is, okay? And for us, and that will lead me to the accountability program. The next slide, it says it's a 12-week coaching program that will help us jumpstart and build momentum for your personal or professional vision. It's a coaching program that will equip you to clarify, systemize, launch your big idea so that you can elevate your income, impact, and influence in 2024. This is the big vision that we are still running with, okay? This is exactly what we want to do for you, because we know that by just being part of this program, you will be in a community of like-minded people that are invested in your growth. Okay, and just to simplify for that, next slide also simplifies further to say that to explain our why. Why did you build that? Why did we build 90 Days Accountability Program? So I'm using 90 Days Accountability Program as a case study, right, that you can also use for your vision. Okay, you need to understand the why behind that coaching program you want to start, understand the why behind that product you want to build, understand behind the why behind that personal goal that you want to smash. Okay, for us is to help you jumpstart, next slide, and fast track your ideas. Okay, and after having a vision, the next thing is you need a strategy. A strategy is like a roadmap, like a plan. What is your plan? And that was exactly what we helped you to break down in your success roadmap. There was a tool we shared at the beginning of the program that helped, that was focused on helping you break down your big vision into tiny plans. Okay, so talking about strategy speaks to the big vision. So for all of, next slide, in 90-day accountability program, we have a 4C strategy. Our strategy is that through this coaching program, we'll work closely with you and select other visionaries adopting my cutting-edge coaching framework to help you activate, actualize, and accelerate your grand ideas, insights, and inspiration, right? And the methodology is centered on this 4C strategy. The first strategy, with the first C, is core curriculum and tools. If you sign up for the 90-day accountability program, you will cover 5 educational modules that is being taught through 12 weeks. Next slide. Right? And this module adopts the VCSLC model: visioning, clarifying, systemizing, launching, and cruising. That's the model that we adopt in the 90-day accountability program. There is no way you go through this program and you will not experience a change. You will be transformed. No matter how little it is, something will change about your life. You see what I'm saying? And it's because we have a curriculum that is systemized. It's systemized. Some people see me and say, are you sure you're straight? Because I'm in my energy zone. I'm in my strength zone. You get what I'm saying? And I've been able to set systems in place. And that leads me to the third point on how to execute like a pro. The third point, which is set systems in place. You need to set systems in place. You need to set systems in place. See, there is no way you will always fall to the level of your systems. No matter how big your strategy is, no matter how big your roadmap is, if you do not have systems that will ensure that it works, it will not move. You will not be able to move the needle. So it's important that you have systems in place in terms of tools, technology tools that will help you automate some of those things. Even calendar. One of the best productivity tools that I use is my calendar. And I say this quote by Stephen Covey. Everybody should, every ghostwriter should know that quote by now. Schedule your priorities. Prioritize what is important to you. That's what you put on your calendar. Yes, you have those meetings at work. You have all of those things. You could put 1 hour, even if it is 3 hours a week. You just put it somewhere on your calendar to say that I'm dedicating this 1 hour chunk to this part of my vision. I'm dedicating this time to this part of my vision. I'm dedicating this part to training my team, looking for people that can support this vision. You see what I'm saying? So that's a tool that helps. You need to systemize. You need people. You need people. For we women, our housekeepers, they are too important. Too important a system to help us actualize our dreams. And that's why we need to treat them well. Okay? So systemize, leverage on people. Still talking about systems. You need to also leverage on people. Okay? Leveraging on people that understand the vision and buy into it. See, one of the key learnings, I know I'm jumping ahead of myself, is fine. One of the key learnings that I've taken from this program is you taking ownership. You need to take ownership of your vision. There are people that will start with you that won't finish with you. There are people that will drop off along the way. And it's no fault of theirs. That's how life is. So in executing your vision, especially the one that would require other people, you need to come to that point where you understand that this is the vision and you take ownership. When things are not being done, do it yourself till you have a team that is focused, a team that believes in this vision and is ready to build with you. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so the second one, and I've already talked about in terms of our 4C strategy, the congruent pair partnership. Now, this also is related to systems or people, like I said, earlier. Oh, sorry, my video has been off. Okay, great. So, let me pin that to the screen so that you see me. Okay, great. Right, so people are important. And that was also another system that we leveraged on in the 90-day accountability program, pairing people up based on their strengths, we just match-made them, basically. That was what we did to say that this person has this experience, this person has this expertise, this person needs this, let's bring them together, right? Let's bring them together. And so congruent pair partnership was another strategy that we engaged in execution in order to drive experiential transformation. The third pillar of our strategy is the coaching and mentorship. The participants of the just concluded 90-day accountability program can testify to it that they received, learnings, teachings from industry experts through masterclasses. We had the foremost business humorists, for instance, coming to train. At some point, we had a global HRBP also coming to train, right? So this is a system to help with building your knowledge with practical. For me, I love things that are practical that you can you can learn and do immediately. Okay, so we had this system, this strategy around coaching and mentoring, and that's why we also had a one-on-one coaching session integrated into the program, such that you can have a direct conversation with me to guide you and provide clarity for you as you execute. And lastly, is a congruent pair partnership. Okay, I already mentioned that before. The congruent pair partnership, I must have missed one of the C's. Okay, so these are strategies that we put out in community. That should be the last one, actually. These are this speaks to the 4C strategy, that was the backbone of what we did with 90-day accountability program. So for you, what is your strategy? What is your strategy? Strategy basically means, what decision are you making? How do you want to win? That's it. I lead strategy in my organization. So we do this, we dedicate 3 months at the end of the year to gathering insights, to having cross-functional meetings, just to build our strategy in the short and long term. So what decisions are we making? What decisions are we not making? It's also a strategy. What you will not do is also a strategy. What you will decide not to do. You will decide, for instance, that you would only admit people who are serious-minded into the program. That's a decision. So you need to also decide for your goal. What will I not do? I've decided my strategy is to dedicate 2 hours, right, every day to writing that book. So that means that I will then deny myself of sleep. That is what you will not do. That's also a strategy. So strategy speaks to both what you will do and what you will not do. Okay, so I ask you again, what is your strategy? You need to have a defined strategy for your goal execution. Okay, great. So that would lead me to our wins. I've talked about the strategy. I took you on a journey in terms of what we did. We had the vision, we had a strategy, we took ownership, and we set systems in place to execute. Okay, so what did we achieve at the end of the day? So through this 90 days accountability program cycle, so we had beautiful wins. I want you to put in the chat room what you think about these wins. Your reaction to it. Are you excited? Are you happy? Do you also want to have something like that? So let's have your comments on the chat room. Our wins can be categorized into 7 places. The first is the book manuscript. We had 2 people who wanted to complete their manuscripts. Okay, and of course we awarded one of them. So there was another person that also had interest in book writing. Okay, we had people who completed their professional courses. I'm so proud of you. Rigorous professional courses that started right during the program, right? Somebody's name is coming to my mind, but for confidentiality. And another thing for you to note is we practice professionally. For our coaching programs, we practice professionally. We take permission for, because data privacy is very key. You get what I'm saying? So we had people that completed their professional courses. Some took 6 weeks, some took 2 months, some took 3 months, right? For that person that asked the question earlier regarding how to complete what you have started, 90-day accountability program is a type of program that would put fire in your bum to complete it. It will drive you to complete it. Okay. Where we had 3 success roadmaps and clarity plan, we had people who now have better clarity, are who in the process of completing their success plan. That's fantastic, because not everybody will be able to complete that within a 90-day period, depending on how big your goal is. For some people, they require more time. Okay, so we have people who were able to achieve that. Then we had someone who achieved 100% revenue in the first month of joining the program and has a business structured. She began to employ people for her business. She had clarity in terms of how to price her product and all of that, just because she was part of the 90-day accountability program. Okay, we had someone who started the process or almost completed the process of developing a program, a startup product, right? And even in the process of launching it in thousands of dollars. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, this is beautiful. Launching that program that cost thousands of dollars. So you can imagine the level of work that has gone into that kind of product. And we had someone who got a job offer, right? I remember my one-on-one coaching session with this particular participant, and I am so glad and so elated to know that just through the guidance, the resources, the tools, the accountability, the community we provided in 90-day accountability program, he was able to learn, and of course, the grace of God, able to learn the job offer. Okay, so these are some of our successes, and we are now saying, now it is your turn. It is your turn to key into this program and achieve great success as a result of it. Guess what? Like I said before, you will move. You will move from where you are to where you wish to be or you desire to be. Okay, I'm going to explain the principle of success, growth, and purpose shortly before before we wrap up. So success for me is who you are. So it's not like we are struggling to achieve success, You're not. It is in your DNA, just like that seed that I illustrated at the beginning, right? It is there in you. You just need something to help you fan the flame. You just need the right environment for that seed to thrive and grow. And that's the kind of environment the 90-day accountability program is going to provide for you. Okay? So success is a height of your potential, and it's in you in seed form. It's in you. He has given, the Bible says that God has given us all things. So you're not looking for success. You are in success. There was a book by somebody that I read earlier as a teenager that really shaped my mindset about what success is. So that's who you are. That's who you are. Growth, however, is the process, is the how. That's what assures your success. Growth is what assures your success. So success and growth are closely linked. So how you deploy your purpose is now based on your growth. Your purpose speaks to your assignment. It speaks to your why. What do you want to achieve? Your vision. So you need to grow into that person that is able to achieve. So for some of us, we are still stuck because we have not developed capacity. We are still stuck on achieving that or becoming that person. So get on the journey of growth. So for some of you, what you need to set, the goal you need to set is actually self-developmental goals, personal developmental goals that will help you become that person that is able to achieve the goal that you have set for yourself. You see what I'm saying? So now you know the difference and you know what you need to do. And the 90-day accountability program definitely is there for you. So what are the key learnings? I have already shared it in a story format, saying that number one, we learned to have a vision. Next slide. We learned to have a vision, a dream, or a goal. We learned to set strategy in place, and we learn to take ownership. People will say no to you. I remember some of the people we reached out to at the beginning of the program, to help, to support one way or the other. People said no. It was painful to me, but I moved on. Same thing. So when you face that barrier, in fact, one of the things I'm beginning to also learn is that self-limiting thoughts, fear of success, fear of failure, comparison, all of those things, they will always be there. Every human being goes through them. Everybody goes through them. So the question is, how do you respond? How do you respond respond to the self-limiting thought? Do you respond by giving them your power? Women, most especially, we have given a lot of power, a lot of our power out. I am a woman and I experience this as well. We give it out. We give it out to fear. We are not able to make decisions by ourselves, which is we give it out our power. Make a decision, forget about who is not doing it or who is doing it or who you are comparing or what people will say. Those are self-limiting thoughts. I need to ask yourself, challenge that stereotype. Where is this coming from? I made a post yesterday about this to say, where is this stereotype coming from? Self-limiting thoughts that I cannot do everything. Yes, you might not be able to do everything now, but you can start a little. You understand where you are and you are able to map out what you need to do now. You need to do everything now. So challenge the stereotypes in your mind. Identify where they are coming from. Some of us are afraid of success, not even failure. You know that once you sharpen your skill, you can do it, but not putting yourself out there, that's your problem. It means you're afraid of, you are light and salt. I don't know who I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm going in this direction, but I need you to understand who you are. And please get a copy of my book, Beyond Boundaries. It talks about self-limiting thoughts, right? It helps you to frame confessions to bring down those self-limiting thoughts. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so take ownership. When people say no to you, say yes to your vision. Say yes to your vision. And that will draw you back to the source of the vision. You get what I'm saying? We also learn to have a growth mindset. A growth mindset says, even though I'm facing this challenge, I can learn in the process. Even though it feels like I've failed, but this is not failure, this is a learning experience. Embrace a growth mindset. You will make sacrifices. If anybody has deceived you that you will not, you will need to make, so you need to choose. Whether you do it or not, you are still going to make sacrifices. Some of you are sacrificing your vision. You are sacrificing your dreams on the altar of convenience. You're sacrificing your dream on the altar of comfort, on the altar of comparison, on the altar of what will people say, oh, my colleagues think. If I start this coaching program now, they'll not start calling me coach. I struggle with that as well. You have, but look at how many people have been inspired. See, your life is connected to other lives. Your life is not just about you. It's about the people in your circle of influence. You get what I'm saying? And if you shine your light, to give them permission to shine theirs as well. You give them permission to shine theirs. You get what I'm saying? So please understand that you will need to make sacrifices. You will need to overcome self-limiting thoughts. That's part of you taking ownership. I remember when I started this journey, there is a sentence I used to say a lot, I get to. It means that what I am doing is not, I may not love to do it or feel like doing it, but I put myself in that position of you have to. You get to, like you have been handpicked to do it. You have been handpicked. So that shifts your mindset from yourself to what needs to be done, to the life that needs to be impacted. You see what I'm saying? So, and lastly is to become a doer. You're ready to lead the vision. Your vision needs you. Become a doer. One of my life philosophies, I've shared one in my opening speech. Another one is doing is a great way to learn and grow. Doing is a great way. Most of the things I have done daring, I have done dreaming, I've done doing, dream, dare, do. Most of the things I've done them afraid, not certain of the outcomes, but knowing that this is the vision I've received. This is the vision I've received, and we get to do it. You get what I'm saying? So your vision needs you. Your vision, please put in the chat box. The chat box has been so quiet. Your vision needs you. Your vision needs, say, my vision needs me. My vision, you need to dare to take step, to be courageous, dare to start working on that dream, dare to take that professional course, dare to apply for that job, dare to do the work, dare to step out in faith, to seek clarity, right? And I want to leave with this question. What action have you taken afraid in the last couple of months? If you have taken an action being afraid in the last couple of months, put in that in the chat box. Yes. If not, put no. If you've taken a step being afraid, like you're afraid, I don't know the outcome. Oh my God, what will people say? Oh my God, do I have all the needed resources? Oh my God, will this thing succeed? Will this thing? You are growing. That's the meaning. If all you're doing is what you are comfortable with, you are not growing. So if you're asking yourself, am I growing? This is the way, this is your litmus test to know whether you're growing or not. If you're doing things afraid, it means you're growing. It means you are stepping out of your comfort zone to an unknown phase that would eventually lead to your becoming. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for being part of this program. Thank you for saying yes to yourselves, for shining your light. And I cannot wait to welcome as many people as possible into the next cycle of the 90-day accountability program. Thank you so much, Coach Dara. I can call you Coach Dara as well. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. And for those that would still, we have a second phase of the program, which is the Execution Accelerator Program. We will announce in due course. However, for those that are new, I would like to get into the 90 DAP. Please go ahead and fill the link. You don't need to have all the money now. Just go ahead and fill the link. You will, we have organizations that sponsored, for instance, this last one, we have 2 organizations that sponsor their staff, okay? So you could just be lucky to have sponsors, but just go ahead and fill them. If you think this is something you need right now, go ahead and fill the link. Go ahead and fill and register for the next cycle of the 90-day accountability program, okay? In summary, in 2024, be a doer. I put a quote here that says, the longer you wait to do something you should do now, the greater the odds that you would never actually do it. That's the truth. The longer you wait to do something, the longer you wait to do something, the greater the odds that you would ever do it. Okay, so go ahead and do what you think needs to be done, and definitely you will see yourself stretch. For instance, this year I took a leap of faith. I joined the Maxwell Leadership course. I spent thousands of dollars. It was I didn't have all the money at the beginning when I started, but I released my faith. I'm still on the faith journey though, because I've paid, but I still have other things to pay for. It's an investment in myself. It's an investment in myself, and I know that definitely my future self will be happy that I make that investment. So I want you to also make that investment in your goal, in your dreams, in your visions, and definitely you will be glad you did so. Okay, over to you, Chineye. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you, TA. Hi guys, let's go to the chat session. Let's drop the thank you message to TA. Let's appreciate her for the session she just concluded with us. Thank you. Yes, it's coming in. Thank you. And I hope you've taken lots of notes and you're saying to yourself, I'm going to take action from today. From today, we need you all to take action from all she has said. And also we've got links that has been dropped on the chat. Please look through the chat. Do you want to register for the next cohort? That's the cycle 3 for the 90 days accountability program. Please use the link. All right, so we'll be having a social media challenge right now. Just a quick task for us. A quick task. All right, so Esther, I would invite Esther right now. Esther would do us the honors. Hi, Esther.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen right away. Okay. Thank you so much, Coach TA, for that amazing session. I'm sure that everybody right here, they enjoyed themselves from the first speaker to the second speaker. Anyways, we don't want to leave you, just like that. And so we put up this social media challenge. I'm dropping a link in the chat room. So this video here, you click the link, it's going to take you to this video you're seeing on the screen, and you drop a comment, write something you've experienced in this conference, talk about maybe something that really struck your heart or something you want to work on, and tag people to get to like. The highest like get a free session in the next batch. You don't have to pay a dime, you get it for free. Just imagine how that will be. And then the second most liked comment is going to get a free one-on-one session with Coach T. So it's something you don't want to miss out on. A lot of freebies flying everywhere. So make sure you click the link. I just dropped the link. So click the link. You see a link there with the headline link to social media challenge. So click it and, be the lucky winner. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Esther. So I hope we all got the instruction from Esther. So we're wrapping up the Growth Circle Conference for 2024. We're wrapping up. Who is excited? Who is excited? Can you just drop in the chats box how it has been for you? What has the conference been like for you? Your take homes. Let's get to see them. Let's get to see them. And thank you to all those who joined on YouTube. We see you. We see you all. Thank you. All right. So let's get your take homes. What are you taking home from this conference? I'd love to read some of them. I'm waiting. I guess some persons are already typing in. Okay, yes, thank you, Dio. He says nothing should stop your dreams. Nothing should stop your dream. Let's get one more. Let's get one more as we wrap up for today. We're waiting. Okay, let me look at the chats on YouTube. Okay, so we can see people dropping in their chats. Dream there and Blue. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Dara. Oh, thank you. I can see NG. Oh, thank you very much. The chats are coming in. Thank you. So we hope that all that you've learned today, you get to put them in practice. Would love to indulge you all to follow us on our social media pages. The Growth Circle Academy. Can the link be dropped on the chat, please? Yes, so we could have our participants get to join us, get to follow us on socials. All right, so please do well to follow also our speakers, Felicia Gbadamosi and also Akinwande Akisulire. You want to follow them up on Instagram, on LinkedIn, see the amazing stuff they are doing. Also, Coach TA, you want to follow her up on LinkedIn. Her handle is Tosi Akisulire. Do well to join them, get to learn from them, and get to grow. All right, guys. So thank you all. Have a wonderful. Okay.
Can we
All
have
right,
a picture, please?
Okay, Tia wants to say something. Tia, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? I wanted us to take a picture together. If you can turn on your camera, good. If not, yes. How do I open? Okay. How do we go about it? Chinaya, are you able to take the picture there? If you can turn on your camera, great. Oh, seeing everyone. Thank you. Are you able to do a screen grab?
One more. Uh, okay, one more. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for making our time. I mean, time is precious to be part of this conference. Thank you for seeing value in this, investing in yourself, for being part of the Growth Circle community. We truly appreciate it, and we want to also congratulate all the graduates today and to challenge you not to stop. Please keep going. Please feel free to reach out to us for any advice, support, comments, encouragement, whatever it is that you may need going forward from here. Please feel free to reach out to us. And for those who might be interested in joining our next cohort, we would get in touch with you through the information you have already filled in the form. In the meantime, we have sent a link to the Growth Circle community so you can keep in touch through the community. Thank you so much for everything, being part of this program, investing in yourself, and just being here. We really appreciate it. Have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. I know you've taken half of it. Have a great part of the weekend. And thank you so much. Bye, everyone.